Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. It's a Sunday evening. It's 11:02 p.m. East Coast time. Welcome, everybody. All the new people, all the regular people that watch us for over a year now, and those that have been watching us recently. You're watching the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm CmdrAleon, the man from Mars, also working with the Ashtar Galactic Command, also doing a lot of stuff on a galactic cosmic level. I'm not your normal talk show host. I don't wear a tie or a suit or anything. I don't have this big studio with neon lights and all kinds of gadgets, but you get the real stuff here. You get the real stuff. And you might have watched our show this morning. I'm on Sunday mornings on WESU, NPR Pacifica Radio affiliate, and I was on this morning. That show's been recorded. I'm backlogged by about 3 shows. So I'll get all the shows in the next day or two on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and you can watch all the previous shows. And again, we're about maybe 2 or 3 shows behind posting on the YouTube channel. Good to have you with us. And as always, hey, River Blues, you never know what's going to happen here. It's really, truly amazing. You never know who I'm going to bring on. You never know what the stories are going to be. It's really very spontaneous, and you just never know what's going to happen. Now, my ear pods, which I didn't take to the radio station, I left them here. I can't find my ear pods. They've got to be somewhere. And as smart as I am, I checked where I left them here, and they're not anywhere to be seen. But I will find those ear pods because I believe they are probably hiding somewhere, maybe on the couch somehow. I don't know, I could have gotten there. But I usually like to wear my ear pods when I'm interviewing people. But tonight, I'm just going to be going through the speaker here and listening to whoever I interview. And it'll be okay. So welcome. Well, maybe the cat did take him Jersey for life, And she's laying on a meditation pillow that's for me in the meditation room. She likes the meditation pillow, and she's sitting on there right now, very comfortable. Hey, Cancer, good to see you. Cancer Fighter. All new people coming in here. Mike Masters, welcome. Hello. Good evening. And I had a great day today, and I went out of body for a while. Cancer Fighter, my uncle worked at Area 51. So Cancer Fighter, you just might be a guest, depending how many. Yeah, you have enough followers. You have 41.1. And did your uncle ever, I had a few people on here that had people work at Area 51. Did your uncle have any top security clearance when he was there? David Wright, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. Hey, Jackie F., good to see you. Andrew. Hey, Cheryl, good to have you with us here. And everyone, take a seat, find a couch or a meditation pillow, relax. Our studios are expansive all over the world. Every seat is a good seat. Susan Mary, thank you for the music play. Jersey for Life, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate that very much. So I was kind of out of body for a while. I mean, I was just, sometimes you have to go out of body and just leave. And you know how that is? Like, you just have to go. And no matter what you try to do, you can't stay awake, and you have to just, you're done. You're just like gone. So I just, just fell asleep, and I feel pretty good. It's a good thing. River Blue, thank you for the hat. For some reason, I feel tonight is something important is going to happen. I don't know why it is. I woke up from being asleep. Hey, Papa Smurf, good to see you. I feel like something important is going to happen. Isn't that kind of strange? Oh, let me, Cancer, I'm going to read your comment. Let me go back. Read, sir. Okay, let's take a look. He started with Sanders, then Sanders in Nashua, sold to Lockheed. Okay, interesting. Did he have any understanding at Area 51? Obviously, he worked at Area 51. Did he have any, did he see anything that was unusual? Obviously, when he was there. Scroll up more. Okay. Let's see. Cancer. Let me see here. My uncle worked at Area 51. Oh, yeah, he worked at Area 51. Okay, so he did work there. I gotcha. You're going to be a guest on the show. I want to know The way the show works, Cancer, you're new to the show. I believe in disclosure, and if I've had people that had family members that had security clearance, Area 51 come on and share information that they were told. So if you feel comfortable with that, we treat all our guests with respect, and we'd happy to have you on here to talk about it. But I feel, as I was just saying, I have this feeling about tonight. Hey, Johnny, I don't know, something, I don't know, it's just a feeling. I don't know what it is. Like something is going to happen. I don't know what it is. It's a feeling, Bernie, it's good to see you. 727. When he had surgery, he had two MPs in the room with him. Interesting. Cancer, we're going to bring you up. You have a lot of followers. We'll bring you up in a few minutes. We're just going to get through this initial part of the beginning of the show. S says, I've been abducted. How I recall the event. S, the best thing to do is seek out someone like let me see here. Bud Hopkins. I don't know if Bud Hopkins is around, but look up people that deal with abduction scenarios with ETs. Do some searching on Google. Look what the reviews are, and check what people say about them. That's what you need to do is hypnotic regression. Hey, Len, good to see you. And hey, paranormal. So I think, and again, this could just be me. I came out of my sleeping state, and I said, you know what? It just feels like something different's going to happen. And it could be already that it happened when I was asleep, or it's something that is physically going to be cosmically happening that I have no idea what it is, but I just feel it, Hey, Rod, good to see you. So I have to go with my inner guidance on this, which I'm doing. And like I said, I was totally out. I couldn't keep my eyes open for a moment earlier, and I just went out. Felt it all day today. Something is in the air. Yeah, awakened being. Something feels like it's in the air. Definitely. Hey, for all our relatives, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'll come on at June 11th. Okay, Cancer, we'd love to have you June 11th. You got a deal. You got a deal, brother. We're doing good. I'm just sharing how I just feel something, It's like a few nights ago, I'm on live suspension. Oh, you are? Okay. Live suspension. Well, I'm following you as a friend. So when you're out of your suspension, we'll have you on. Definitely. Susie, good to see you. And it just feels like something is going to happen. Sam, I am. Welcome. Salutations, Ambassador M. Cloud. Good to see you too. On the 24th, I'm feeling something's going to happen now, like tonight. I had a different experience. So I'm not talking about any date or anything. I'm just talking about I came out of being asleep, and I just feel something's going to happen. Unrelated to any specific general thing, more specific to what I'm feeling here in my environment, right here on the show. When my uncle got married to my aunt, Sanders' owner pulled my aunt aside and told her the day of. Huh. And I wish I can play. I'm going to see if I can play the audio. A matter of fact, we're doing good. I'm going to see if Alicia comes on here. Maybe she can play the audio from her end of it. Kelsis, thank you for the corn. UK is about to make disclosure. Oh, let's see how that goes. Let's see what the UK, when they make disclosure, let's see what they do. Hey, Karen, good to see you. We're glad to be here. Good to be here, everybody. I woke up at 10 a.m. and I couldn't keep my eyes open. I had to go back to sleep. Interesting, Jersey for life. I've been pretty active most of the day, but I just really felt like I was exhausted, like I needed to just like go out of body or whatever, and I did. I feel good. I feel well rested. Hey, Alicia. I'm going to bring Alicia up here. And Alicia, we're going to see if you can play that audio part on here through your phone or something. And do you have another Black Swan event? Okay. Carol, have I seen the disclosure from Stephen Greer? I've not seen anything from Stephen Greer yet. Ambassadors, each time you enter the astral, your powers will be enhanced. For me, my downloads happen from the Astral Command pretty regularly. So, hey, DJ, good to see you. Do you feel sickly? No, never. The one thing I don't feel is sickly. I feel great. That's the one thing I do not feel. Alicia, hold on. Let me open my computer. Okay, Alicia. When you get it open, let me know. We're going to bring you up here. Jay Go, greetings to you too. Kidos Kale Kidos. Are they the ones who use sync numbers to communicate? No, they don't use sync numbers. They just communicate. They don't use any numbers. They just communicate telepathically. Let's see. Tory Stop. Absolutely, Stephen Greer has been telling us. Ambassador, the Palladians are using a light accelerant. I'm just reading comments. Hey, TLC, Time Gen X, hello. Let's see here. Cancer Fighter says once one of Sanders told my aunt if my uncle died at Area 51, they'd make it look like a car accident. Oh, interesting. Hey, Deborah. Let's see here. Hey, Marilyn, Miss Beards, 55. Or Miss Beads, I think it is. 55. Hello. And I don't have my earpods going here, so I'm going to have to still find them. Let me see if we're going to bring Alicia up here. Hey, Alicia, how are you?
Hey, good,
I got to
good.
bring my volume up here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I don't hear you too. You sound low.
Okay, I'm turning my volume up. I had to like unplug my headphones and all that. I have my computer open. I'm gonna attempt
Your
to.
volume? Can you turn the volume up on the phone?
It's as high. It's as high as it
Oh
can
wow, it's
be.
really low. I've never seen it that low.
Yeah. You want me to go down and come back up?
No, you can do it. You can try. You're having phone audio problems on the phone.
Let me try it with the headphones. Maybe
Let me try to bring you back up. I'm gonna
okay.
go down and try to bring you back up and see if that changes anything. Hold on a minute. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna get Alicia up here. She graciously enhanced the audio where my sister came through a rift a couple of nights ago and spoke. Um, Cancer Fighter says we reversed tons of technology from the ships. Yeah, interesting. Interesting, Cancer. All right, we're gonna hope that the volume goes up. Let's bring the volume up for Alicia. Hey, Alicia.
Did that work better?
Oh, now you're good.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. All right, so I have my computer open and I'll go ahead and play it
Right.
if you're
Now let's
ready.
give people an understanding. What you did is a few
Sure.
nights ago, I was on live, and I don't know if I have posted that show yet. I might have posted it
You
already. I think
did.
I did.
Yes,
I
you
guess
did.
three shows behind. So I was sitting here talking. I was in a train of thought, and then I hear a woman's voice speak, and I'm thinking, okay, my daughter's home, my wife is home. I'm going to see if my wife woke up or something. So I go into look into our bedroom, and my wife is fast asleep, lights out, nothing. Then I go into my daughter's room and say, "Did you call me?" She says, "No." Then she starts to slightly freak out. I said, "Don't freak out. I just heard a woman's voice." So then I close her door, come back to the live, and then people told me they heard the woman's voice. And so what we have here is that the woman that was speaking came through a rift. I don't know which room she was in. I think she was in my crystal room. But I mean, it happened so quickly. I was walking, I went straight for the kitchen because like it was coming from behind me. And I don't think she was visibly uncloaked because her voice came in loud and clear. And then we deciphered what you found out when April was on. My father, Rubar, confirmed that it was my sister who came to warn me about some negative ET ships that were in the area. Now, when they say in the area, they weren't like right on top of my house. They were like in the area in sky or whatever. So the Astro Command got a hold of it, and I said, well, I protect my show and I protect what I do, but they as soon as they found out, they went with the command went there in the sky wherever they were, and they got rid of them because I was never affected whatsoever. But my sister came to warn me what was going on. Obviously, the government was working with these specific ETs that were negative, trying to interfere with what we were doing. I mean, they just really want to try and interfere with the truth of what we're doing here. And you got it and enhanced the actual audio segment of it, correct?
Yes, yeah, I went to your YouTube page and I screen recorded the section where the voice was,
Yeah.
and you getting up, and then I uploaded it to CapCut, which is like a editing software. And I increased the volume because if you listen to it, it's about like the 30-minute mark on the video,
Yeah.
on your YouTube video. It's very faint, but if you up the volume, and then CapCut has this feature called Enhance Voice,
Hmm.
and you can hear it very clearly.
Yeah. And you hear it, so it sounds like a human's voice, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Did
did
you
you
get?
hear?
Did I emailed it to you? Did you get
I
it?
know I tried to listen to it, but I lost my earpods. There's someone in the room, and I like to put the earpods on to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
When you were listening to it, did you hear each word that she was saying?
Yes, I heard her say Ken, and then Ken much more insistently. And then you get up, you're looking around, and during that time, you know how we always hear static,
Yeah,
especially when April's on. There's a really loud static section,
yeah,
and then you come back to the screen, and you're just, kind of shocked at this point.
yeah. I was, and not in a bad way. I was just like,
S-
I was like focused on what I was doing. It took me out of my focus.
Yes, yeah, you were definitely happy, surprised, but
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, it was nothing. I wasn't feeling scared or anything. So let's play. We just wanted to give you a background of what happened. And so Alicia enhanced the audio quality of my sister. So I have two sisters on the ship and one brother. So my sister came through a rift, and Alicia was able to enhance the audio, so you'll be able to hear her calling out my name insistently, just to try to warn me about what was going on with the negative ETs.
Right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and play it.
You want to come
Hopefully
on
you
screen,
guys.
or are you?
Well, I'm already ready for bed.
Oh, forget. Don't do that. You're fine. I don't want to do that to anybody, so you're good.
Yeah. All right. Here, let me see if I can play.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Did you hear it?
You heard the woman's voice. You want to play it again?
Yeah, let me see. Get my head a little closer.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah.
Did you hear it twice?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
on?
I want people to listen to this carefully. This is enhanced audio of my sister calling out my name.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
What's going on? Where are you?
Oh, wait, that's you looking for her? Hold on.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah, right there. What's going on? You can hear the
Yep.
woman's voice, right? Yes, my sister is alive. Absolutely, she's on the spaceship with my other sister, my brother, my mother, and my father.
Yeah, and let me see if I can play the static thing.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
that that weird staticky
Oh,
thing that
static.
yeah, that's what I hear sometimes when I'm listening to you, especially when you're fired up, especially when April's on.
Hmm.
Um, it's happened quite a few times.
Yeah,
If you want, I can. I sent it to you so you could post it because,
I'll
I'm not
post it.
like in. Yeah, I'm not in the creator fund, and I figured if people watched it, you could get some
So I can post the if I
credits for
download
you.
it, which I did, I can post it on here.
Yes, you can post it on TikTok. Yeah,
Okay, I'll post it. I'll take time to sit down and figure that out, and I'll post it. But we
you
should play it.
download it and then yeah, just
Yeah,
download
people
it and
should.
upload it again.
I wonder if I can play it on here right now on the phone. Um, I'm not sure I
If
can
you go
do
to
that.
the filters, if you go to the filters section, usually you use just the regular green screen. They
Yeah,
have one supposedly that says, I mean, I'm not a live expert or anything, but
yeah.
they have one that says videos. I know I've seen other creators use it where they can actually play
A thing called
a
Mirror Your
video.
Video. Let's see here. But I'll have to just figure it out. But
Yeah.
so we just heard now, for those that many of you did hear something, what Alicia did is enhance the night that I stepped away from my broadcast and got up. And when I got up, because I heard a woman speaking to me, and come to find out, then April came on. We got April on, and then I was communicating with Rubar, which is my father on the spaceship. And I said, let's ask Rubar, was my sister here? And she came in for the first time. Came in, which has never happened before. And she was probably, again, I keep getting, she was in my crystal room where the crystals are, and she came in a little bit just for a moment to warn me about these negative ETs with the government that were trying to interfere with what I was doing. So what April did is she was able to enhance the audio. um, well, we're not. There's going to be time. I think it's Zoo B Tube. Everything is a divine timing. We'll be in less than a year going on the ship. There's 5 of us that will be going on the ship together. It's all been decided through our parents off planet, and that's the way it works out. So we're very comfortable with that, and we're just doing our normal thing and doing our not normal thing, or doing whatever we're doing. And we're not stopping doing what we're doing on Earth, but we there will be times too when we will in the next 12 months we'll be all going on the ships together. So everything is in a divine plan, so to speak. But if we play the Yoda one more time, is there a way of
Sure.
slowing it down?
Hold on. I gotta click on it.
We might be able to
Oh,
slow
yeah.
the Yoda down. You'll hear my sister's voice
Yes.
speak. So we're going to
Hold on
slow
one
it down
second.
so you can hear her.
Speed. There we go.
No, there was no negativity. It
Okay.
was all positive awaken. That
Yeah,
happened.
you usually when that static stuff comes up, it's like it's usually an explanation point. It's like the space people are like saying, "Yes, we agree." That's usually when we hear that. Although it might
Yeah.
have been directed at whoever was messing with your stuff too. So
Yeah, and
I'm
also,
not
yeah,
sure.
they can use static to confuse those that were trying to mess with our broadcast from other, but the government or whatever. They'll use static. They've done one. They will do stuff to block the government from interfering with what I'm doing here when I'm live on my TikTok broadcast.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got it like half speed.
A very strong dream workers. Interesting.
Should take just a second.
Hmm. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Huh.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, what'd you hear? What word did you hear in that just now?
It said it was Ken is what it slowed
Oh
down
yeah,
version, which
that's what I was hearing,
yeah, yeah,
and
which
it
is your
sounded
first
like a
name. So
beautiful young woman's voice too,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know. And
Yeah,
can
it
we
was
play it
very
one more
exciting.
time?
Sure. Do you want it fat regular or
No, just keep it
slow?
slow like that. That was the most perfect
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Now
She
she's
says
calling
it
out my
twice.
Earth-based name. She knows my Earth-based name, so she's
Hmm.
calling that out. hold on a second. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
That was so
Twice.
clear. That was beautiful. That
Hmm.
was like incredibly clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was odd too. Like because if your wife's asleep and your daughter was still awake, if she was going to call you, she'd be like, "Dad," she
Right.
wouldn't call you Ken. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it was
River Blue
definitely.
said he heard Ken at normal speed. So my Earth-based
Yes.
name is that. My off-planet name is Zalion. So she called me by the name she knows me on Earth. Yeah. So it's interesting. It was interesting. And my daughter did not even call me. She was in her room. She didn't even call me. She was awake, but she had no idea she knew I was on live, but she had nothing. She didn't hear anything. She didn't call me at all. And my wife was asleep. So it's interesting. Some people are hearing dad, other people hearing Ken. That's interesting.
With the headphones, for me, it definitely sounds like Ken.
Okay, so if people had headphones on, they can hear the word Ken. I heard the word Ken.
I heard Ken twice. That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
Hmm. They want to hear it one more time.
Sure. Slow, the
Demetrius said
regular.
through the word dad. Nicholas said Ken.
Here, let me put it back at a
Go at
little
normal speed and see what people
fast.
hear at normal speed.
Normal speed. Okay. Oh wait, I got that. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on a second. I hear Ken. Yeah. I can definitely hear Ken.
Yeah, it was. She calls you twice. The first one is a little softer. The second one
Yeah.
is
No, I
more
heard Ken when you
intense.
played it normal. I can hear her say
Hmm.
Ken. Without a question. Hold on a second. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, it was definitely Ken.
Yeah, it was. That was my sister, one of two sisters, and that never ever has happened since this whole thing began last year. That any of the space people in my family came directly to me for something,
Mhm.
and she came to warn me. And you know, yeah. Um, so I learned from that if they need to really get in touch with me and it's something serious, they can actually come through the rift, and they can come right in and communicate that way. So that was for me the first time that ever happened since all of this stuff began with the Astro Command and us reconnecting with our star family. Um, and like I said, I believe she was probably in my meditation crystal room. There's a lot of very, very high powered crystals in that room. And I believe that's where she was at the time. I don't think she didn't come in fully through the rift. But she was allowed to come in and give me this information. Obviously, they told her to do that, and yeah. So I feel she'll come whenever she feels she wants to come and tell me something. She'll come, and I'm very comfortable with that. With whichever sister it is or my brother or whatever. I think slowly but surely they will communicate with me directly this way if they wish to, and I think that's just the way it's going to be, which is fine by me. Yeah, I
Yep.
did. I
And
responded to it right away. And
yeah,
Alicia, you
and
saw
it.
that. I just got like right out of as soon as I heard the voice, I got up. I went right out of the chair.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and you're looking around.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But that I know who else is on. Oh yeah, Deborah's on. Something if you're wondering what that staticky noise is, sometimes they talk about when you're on with the commander. That's that staticky noise. That's what I hear. Sometimes it's more
yeah,
intense. Um, I've tried to screen record some of the other times when you've had that static to see if I could get any words out of it.
yeah.
And, once in a while I could get like a yes or,
Mhm.
but nothing as clear as this. This was the
Yeah, this
most
is really
clear.
clear. I mean, they obviously she wanted me to. She probably had permission from my father to come because usually he's about it's you can't do this, whatever. But she was able to come and speak to me for that moment, and then she went back through the rift, I'm sure, back onto the ship in a nanosecond.
Exciting, exciting. I can't wait to hear what else she has to say.
I'm sure she did. Did the voice feel familiar to me? Yes. And then also, Katrina says the interesting thing was you responded to her right away, which I did. I didn't like take my time. I just like as soon as I heard, oh, Jackie, thank you. As soon as I heard my sister's voice, I responded to her, got right out of the chair, and was looking around to find out where she was. That's what I was doing. I was looking for her, you know. And but the only thing I didn't do is even think to go into the meditation room and maybe see if she might be, hanging out in there for a minute or two. I didn't even think of it. You think I would have done that? But I just checked on the logical thing was my wife and my daughter.
Yeah,
Um,
exciting times.
Deborah says, I heard. Deborah knows she heard it. Deborah Comfort.
All right.
She might
Well,
not have
I
had
was.
permission, Jay. I don't know if she did. But Commander Rubar said that it was my sister. So they knew she was there. I don't know. I'm not going to assume she had permission or not. I think my family, my sisters and my brother will do what they want to do. Hopefully it says who told you of the warning? Did you hear it in the astral or it wasn't astral at all? No astral. Nope. My sister came through. Then I brought April on because she has one of the phones she has is connected to our Ashtar Command family and they communicate directly. And I said, I'm going to ask my father what's going on. I said, what about my sister? And it was my sister coming to tell me. And then Commander Rubar stated what they wanted to tell me that there were these other ETs with the government that were trying to interfere with me again on my broadcast. And they essentially knew that was happening and they just wanted to make me aware of it. And I never had any problems. They basically took care of the problem, which was they made sure these ETs weren't even near my location. So just to give you a backup story.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at the email I sent you, I'm gonna have to go back and check that. I may have actually sent you like the unedited version. When you download it, I have to cut it up and take different pieces. I got to go back and check and make sure I sent you the
Okay.
right one. So before you post it, let me go back and check my. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, so I've been a little
No,
scatterbrained.
that's okay.
So, but I'll
Carrie,
I'll go ahead and
here.
let you go
All right.
and
Well, thank
step
you for
down.
doing that.
Thanks for having me up. I'll make sure I've got the right thing for you and I'll email you.
I appreciate it. And now you got to hear a little bit of that, so that was good. And let's see, Carrie. Yeah, they're still on. I do see recorded video and stuff. They're still on, Carrie. I don't know what time they're on because during the day I'm outside and doing stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. If the voice sound familiar, it could have also. No, it wasn't a mimic, Sonja. So everything was documented, and I'm the one who had that situation occur. So I know for me, I know what it was, and I just had when I talked to Commander Robar, I knew for sure it was my sister, and there was no mimics or anything. Absolutely not. Um, and Deborah, who has telepathic communications with my friend Commander Ashtar, Ashtar said yes, it was your sister. So yeah, I'm very clear in my communications. I'm a very clear cosmic being. I know who is coming through physically. I don't have any lower vibrational things or mimics or anything like that. So no, never. Yeah, they stop it now and then. Let's see, maybe. I don't think I was calling her. Jay, I was in a train of thought where I was talking about something else and all of a sudden she came and really came to talk to me and tell me what was happening. Let's see. You're welcome. Hopefully, love. Let's see here. Uh, she was calling out to my name like it was imperative that I respond to her. Again, I had my earpods on and I was talking at the time she was talking. So if she completed a sentence, so the only thing I heard her, she did call me twice and I got up and responded right away. And then when Commander Robar through I had April come on with the other phone. I asked Commander Robar through the phone where they intergalactically communicate about what happened. He said, "Yes, your sister came to warn you about a specific thing," but I knew definitely when I heard the young female's voice, I knew definitely it was my. I didn't say it out loud, I don't think at the time, but because I got up, I wasn't startled in a way that it was negative. I just knew that it was definitely happening, and uh, and when Alicia played the enhanced video of the audio part of it, uh, that confirmed what I already knew. Nicholas says government's doing too much. Okay, let's see. Uh, should I be worried? Worried about what, Lenora? Worried about what? Let's see. But you also say you're going to hear from your family how bad you want to connect with them. Well, that was true, but this particular situation was unrelated to wanting just to generally connect with my family. She came through for a different reason because of what was happening above me in our atmosphere with these other ETs, and our Ashtar Command people basically got rid of them. So yeah, and let's see here. Yeah, I had the edited version. I did. I do have the edited version. I'll try to enhance. I'll try to bring it on here. Will I play it now? I'm going to tomorrow look at how to play it on here, and I'll try to play the audio here so people can hear it. Alicia played it earlier for everybody, and I'll try to do that as well. Trans. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome to the show. And it's 11:39 in the evening. Please tap on the screen if you're not tapping. That is what helps get my numbers up in terms of the likes. So we're 12,000 likes, but if everybody taps, you can share and tap. Tapping will get the numbers going up to 13, 14, 20,000, 100,000. You have to tap. So most of us, when we're watching somebody, we don't think about tapping, but the tapping is what breaks. When you see the heart, I want to thank you for the roses. That will bring the numbers up. And we certainly appreciate everybody out here. If you do have a story to tell, you've been having encounters, visitations. Gary Haas, thank you for the roses. If you've actually had, Bigfoot stories to tell, mermaid, fairies, we'd love to hear your stories. And also, of course, if you're having constant sightings of non-terrestrial spaceships, I'd love to hear your stories about that too. And we ran out of apple cider, so I'm drinking ice water. And my AirPods disappeared somewhere in this room, but we'll find out. So welcome to the show, everybody. I know there's some new people here. If you're new to the show, we're on usually at 11 o'clock most nights. We might take a day or two off sometimes, because sometimes you need to do that to rejuvenate your energy, but we're glad to have everybody with us here. So Rolo, are you saying you were abducted? Yeah, no apple cider tonight. I'll be getting a whole gallon tomorrow. I guarantee it. Rolo, you were abducted. So Rolo, we want to get Rolo up to 100 followers. He's got 52. Rolo, actually, this is really weird. He only has 52 followers, and it says I can bring him on as a guest. We're going to try to bring you on, Rolo, on audio. I've never heard of 50 followers being able to come on here. Rolo, try to accept my request here to have you on. Rolo? Trans, yeah, we'd love to hear your story one day when you're ready to do it. No rush. You do it when you feel ready to do it. So Rolo, I think I have Rolo on. I've never seen 50 people. Did they lower their thing from 100 to 50? Hey, Rolo, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good. And what part of the planet are you located in?
No, I was
Where
abducted while I was sleeping.
where are you located? Before you get into the story, where are you located?
Well, where it happened was in New York.
New York.
Where I'm at now is in Florida.
In New York, okay. And can you tell is Rolo? Can you give us your first name? Is that possible?
Robert.
Robert. Nice to meet you, Robert. I'm the host of the show. Glad to have you with us. So you were in New York at the time. What year was this when this happened?
I would say 1978, 77.
Interesting. And so before that happened, you were never abducted before, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so give us the beginning of the story, how this whole thing proceeded to happen. How old were you at that time?
I would say I was probably about 16, 17.
Okay, we were a teenager. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going about your normal teenage life, and then all of a sudden you get abducted. How did it start, the abduction? What proceeded to happen?
Well, what happened first was me and my friends, we went to the store, and there's a railroad tracks in back of my friend's yard that leads to the store. So we went to the store, and when we came back, there was like a big white bull that was coming right on over the tracks of the train. And
Hmm.
we started running and running and running and running. And then we ran into his house. And as we were running into his house, that bull disappeared on the doorknob. And this is exactly what happened. It disappeared on the doorknob. And that night, I stood over my friend's house and I slept there, right? And as
Hmm.
I was sleeping, all of a sudden, it was like something just grabbed me. It felt like a magnetic field just
Hmm.
pushed me down, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't yell. I felt humiliated by this
Hmm.
thing holding me down. My whole body was paralyzed. My jaw was paralyzed.
Hmm.
Tears were coming out, and I was just like, like just shaking all over. My whole body was just
Hmm.
shaking, and then all of a sudden I yelled out. And then my friend's mother came over, and she's like, "Are you all right, Roberto?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." No, something just grabbed me, and it just paralyzed me, and it kept me in the bed. It humiliated me,
Hmm.
and as that was happening, I felt like there was just something just like puncturing through my skin into my
Like they were
body.
using, like, did you feel like they were using some devices on you?
Yes. And
Okay.
and and when I went to get x-rays, one time I had to go get x-rays and everything, they found fragments on my lungs, like bone fragments.
Bone fragments.
Yeah, and around my neck. Yep.
Hmm.
Like they must have like chipped the bone
Hmm.
on my rib cage in the back. They
Hmm.
must have chipped the bone, and then as they were puncturing, they went like right into my lung, right?
Oh wow.
And my doctor says, "Hey, Roberto, you have some kind of a lesion in your left lung." And I
Hmm.
was like, I don't know how that happened, but like I told him the story, and he goes, "Wow." He said, "You got a story to say."
Yeah.
If
So
that's what
what do you think
happened.
about the doctor? Did he um, was
He,
he did he believe you? Did he understand what you went through?
yeah, he believed me, and he says we could do further research on
Hmm.
this, and we can move the process to find
Hmm.
out what's going on inside of your lung. But
Hmm.
it was like it looked like a chip bone, and he showed me
Good
the
bone.
X-rays and everything. Yeah, and that was the scariest moment in my life. I thought I was gonna die right there.
Hmm. Hmm.
At that moment, I
Yeah,
felt like
it
I
would
was
be
really
scary,
gonna
right?
die.
Now, were you taken? Did they take you on a ship? Did you remember seeing anything around you at the time?
When it paralyzed me and everything like that,
Yes.
the only thing, okay, that I can feel in my whole body is my eyes moving around trying to look for something,
Hmm.
but it was too dark. It was just jet
Right.
black. I
Jet
couldn't
black.
see anything. But I
Yeah.
did feel instruments like puncturing my skin and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I
You
mean,
were definitely taken on a ship. I read energy. They didn't want you to see where you were. You were definitely taken on whatever ship they had. That's where they were doing the medical stuff to you. And I would assume at this point they had you on some sort of a table, even though you couldn't see around you.
Right.
For you, it was Doc. For them, they were using their stuff to do what they were doing, and it seems like they were taking uh, the DNA and stuff out of your body for whatever reason. Since that time period, have you had any weird things happen, or have you had visitations again with them? Have you been had any other experiences since then?
I can honestly say I just like when I'm going through hard times,
Hmm.
I there seems to be like my mind is talking to somebody, and
Hmm.
somebody's talking to me and giving me advice.
Hmm.
And so, like, I experiment. I do what the voice tells me to do, and for some reason, like it becomes a positive.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
do you
really
think?
strange, and it still happens to this day too. And you know
Do you
what?
think?
It's really weird to say, but sometimes I can just look at a person's eyes and I could read what they're thinking.
Mhm. Do you think that the voice is a separate situation than the abduction? Because when people tell me abduction stories, those are pretty negative, and when you're being things are done to you, obviously that are being forced on you, that's not being done by some loving, positive, spiritual beings from another planet. That's being done by people or beings that want to enforce or force something. And abduction stories have traditionally that and I knew people like Bud Hopkins for many years who wrote many books about this. People that were abducted always had either been put on a table, they were forced, they used their whatever technology they had to take the DNA stuff out of a human body, whatever they were going to do, they did. And
Right.
so when you had the abduction happen to you when you were a teenager, obviously that wasn't a positive experience, correct?
That was not a positive experience. As a matter of fact, when my friend's mother had touched me, she says, "Oh my God, Roberto, you're cold. You look pale."
Yeah.
That's exactly what she told me. And,
Mm-hmm.
and like my body heat went just completely down.
Mm-hmm. Now, if your doctor was to see you today and look at you as an adult today in the areas where all that happened, have you had any x-rays of that area since then?
Well, I had a previous accident in my job, and I went to do MRIs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctors had says, "Hey, Roberto, we kind of see some weird stuff, like around your rib cage area."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "What do you mean weird stuff?" He's like, "Have you ever fallen? Have you ever chipped a bone or anything like that?
Hmm.
Have you ever like fell downstairs?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Well, we found like chips around your neck and chips in your lung, like in the back of your lung."
Right.
And to me, the way I'm looking at it is that whenever they penetrated into my skin and they went into my lung, they must have chipped like a rib and
Yeah.
chipped the bone on the rib, and they just like left it there. But
Yeah.
I also
So,
have a hole in my forehead that
a
it
hole in your
looks,
forehead.
yeah, like it looks like they took a needle. It's like a needle size. It looks like
Hmm.
they they penetrated a needle right through my forehead. I
Oh
don't
my
know if it
God.
was to get DNA or anything from my brain or something like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But like when you look at my forehead, you could see the indent of that right
On the
there on my
forehead.
forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. I know you're new to the show, and when I listen to stories, I read energy. I don't come from this world. I come from off planet. I am human like everybody else, but I work. I come from a Christed level of light with the Ashtar Command, which are the positive space people. My family's on a ship and everything, and I come from Mars originally before coming here and volunteering to be here. So everything
Okay.
I do, I'm fully activated, and I do help people on my show.
Okay.
Uh, so I want to ask you a question, and you can say yes or no. How would you like to how would you like to allow me to help you to prevent any more negative things from ever happening, and also put a shield of protection that will liberate you from any of that energy that happened when you were a kid, a teenager?
Oh man, that would be great, honestly, because
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
I feel like life is a real struggle, and the
Hmm.
more I try to do, the more it seems like it just gets like
Yeah, it's difficult.
more. Yeah. It's
So what I do, I don't have crystal balls. I don't look at a clear crystal ball in my room. I don't have pendulums. I don't channel. I have no neon lights. I have no things that I what I do is I work directly with the Ashtar command. And what I will do for you, since you agreed to do this, I want to help you. I think that their connection to you, the negative ETs that did this, they still are able to interact with you. If they have decided to do that, they are able to do it. Whatever they did was absolutely incorrect. Well, what they did was wrong, essentially.
yeah.
And when I hear stories like this, I always respectfully ask if I can help the person. And since you said yes, I'm going to gift you with some help here tonight on the show. So
Appreciate
what
it.
we're going to do is I'm going to have you close your eyes. I
Okay.
don't do any rituals. I don't have to dance around the camera. Everything I do is very direct, very real, and we're going to do this.
Okay.
When you close your eyes, I want you to take a deep breath in. And what you're going to do is when you take the deep breath in,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to breathe out of your nostrils. I want you to relax yourself. Do this about 4 times and tell me when you're finished.
Okay.
All right. Do you feel a little bit more relaxed at the moment?
I do.
Okay. So we'll proceed. What I'm going to do, and again, I don't have to, wave a flag around or anything. What I'm going to do, there's no hocus pocus here. Everything the commander does is real. I want the Ashtor Command to send a ship over your location. You're located where now?
Florida.
I want to send a ship over his location. I'll know where it is. I don't even have to know exactly. Over about 20,000 feet above your location. So that's the first thing. When you're not going to feel that, that's just the ship coming over your location. It's high up. It's cloaked.
Okay.
We're going to send 10 Ashtar Command people down right now. I wish to send 10 of the Ashtar Command people to the outer perimeter of his home, and also when they come into your house, they can go through walls and everything. There's no blockage. So there's going to be 5 of them in the house, 5 on the outside of the house, and there's 5 coming in now. And I want you just to relax, keep your eyes closed. And what there's actually 2 of them from the ship that are medical people, not in the sense of what you understand as medical people on Earth. You have doctors and nurses on Earth, though they're your Earth-based medical understanding in the 3D world. The medical people from our ships are highly advanced spiritually in many levels, and so I want you to keep your eyes closed. For people watching this, if you've watched me do this before, I've been following my show. I've been activated to do these things. Everything I do is real. Everything I'm going to do right now that you're going to see is real. As the 2 men and 2 women come towards you, you will start feeling an energy, be a very peaceful energy when you start feeling it. And they haven't done anything yet. You're just going to feel their energy presence. Tell me when you feel it.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel something different.
Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do now is what they're going to do is in terms of your physical body, the woman through her hand motion will put her hand on top of your head, like I'm putting my hand on top of my head. On top of your head is, that's they're showing me they're going to put the hand on top of your head, and when they do that, she's going to keep it there for about a minute. What she's going to do is work on your body, on what they did to you to hurt you, and she's going to physically adjust the molecular structure of your body so that you have no more pain,
I
no
feel like
more
I'm
hurt.
being. I feel like I'm being touched.
Yes, she's touching your forehead right now. So I'm showing people what she's doing here. She's putting her hand on top of his head, and she's working to clear the energies out from when he was a kid, a teenager, and she's reversing the effects of what they were doing to you. Keep your eyes closed, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The Ashtar Command is aware of their location, the beings that actually did what they do with you physically. The Ashtar Command is going after them, and they're going to be taken away from the Earth. They were hiding somewhere. They're going to be taken off planet. Keep your eyes closed, please. The woman is working on your whole physical body, the molecular structure of your body. And as you relax, she's also doing some healing energy work on your body. I will say this, that you're going to be able to sleep much more in a peaceful state tonight. When you go to sleep, you will feel very at peace.
That'll be great.
How do you feel right now?
I feel like a peace just came over me.
Yes.
And I still feel somebody touching me.
Yeah, she still has her hand on your head. She's doing healing work on your body right now. She's
Yes.
working on the cellular structure of your body at the moment.
Yes, I feel it. I feel it's like a vibration or something.
Yes, a vibration. So people who watch my show, I'm not your regular talk show host. I don't do a regular nuts and bolts UFO show. I come from off planet. I've stated it before. I come from the Ashtar Command. I came here before. I came here in the, I had my contact experience when I was a kid with space people. I've always had positive interaction. I've always had positive sighting experiences of spaceships. Just to give you my background. So I do what I do because I'm able to do it and because I've been activated. And I'm here to help humanity and here to help individuals on my show, like Robert, when they had something like this as a teenager happen to them. There's going to be the other two space people right now, Robert. They're going to do some other work on you.
Mm-hmm.
One's going to touch your right shoulder. The other space commander is going to touch your left shoulder. In just a minute. The woman still has her hand on your head. She's doing some work on your cellular structure of your body at the moment. Tell me when you feel the touch on the right and the left. Let me know.
I've already felt it.
Okay, good. And they can hear the space people are hearing everything I'm saying, and they are proceeding to make sure that you are protected. The ones on the outside are putting a shield on the outside of your location. So there's going to be a protective shield that will protect you. You're going to have a shield around your etheric body. Your body itself will be protected. You'll never be interfered again by any kind of lower vibrational ETs. When we get done with you, when they leave, they're going to stay with you for just a few days. They've agreed to stay for till Wednesday, Earth time. So by Wednesday they will leave, but they will let you know that they were there. Well, you already know they're there,
Yes.
but they will leave by Wednesday. They're telling me.
I still feel that vibration around my body.
Yes, they will be there with you for a few days. So I'm gifting you this gift from the command directly here.
Thank you.
And I am a commander myself, and they are listening to my instructions.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I knew I had to bring you up here for some reason. And yes.
Keep my eyes closed.
Keep your eyes closed for just a minute.
Okay.
I think for some reason this is unusual, but I believe one of them is going to kind of decloak a little bit. You can open your eyes. The one that is wanting to show him, they're about a little over 7 feet tall. They're human like we are, men and women, my cosmic family. They're all human. They will proceed to show you them a little bit. If you open your eyes, and I don't know if they're going to do this or not, but it sounds like they want to just show you that you are well protected. We are here with you. We will show you that we are real. And so I think one of them wants to do that for like a moment. So open your eyes and let me know if anything happens. I'm not sure, again, but let me know if you see anything.
It seems blurry around where I'm at.
Blurry.
As I open up my eyes, it looks a little blurry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
still. Yeah, now I'm feeling like a coldness, like something's touching me, and
Right.
my hairs are standing up right now.
Right. You're not going to feel blurry in a minute. You're just blurry because you had your eyes closed.
They're here.
Focus, center your vision.
They're here.
They want you to center your vision. You'll be able to see them clearly in a minute.
I can feel them. They're here.
Yes.
My hairs
Yes.
are standing up. My whole body, all my hairs in my
Yes.
body are standing up,
Yes.
and
They've been
I feel
working
like
on.
there's something being lifted off of me.
Yes, they're taking all the negative stuff out of your body. They're once they take it away from you, the negative stuff, they're going to. The word they're using is they're going to turn it into organic nothingness. I mean, the word I can only think of is they are taking the negative energy stuff out of your body, and it's going to decompose. That's the word. They're going to decompose it to being absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Take care, Jay.
I think they've done it already.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
they healed you. You're healed.
yeah.
If
I
they,
believe
yeah,
they did. Yeah,
now
and
you see,
I felt them around me, and for some reason
yes,
I feel like from moment to moment my hairs just stand up, and then they go
yes,
back to normal. And now
yes, you've been,
I'm feeling like something is like poking my
yes,
left shoulder.
yes. That's one of the command people. They're still working on some stuff around that area, but that's part of our medical grouping, and they've definitely worked to heal your body. There'll be no more negative energy hitting you, no more negative ETs, trying to come into your atmosphere of your living. That's been stopped. And they know what those ETs were that did that when you were a teenager. They're going after them now. We have a whole nother group going after those other ones, and they're going to be taken off planet.
You know what I'm seeing in front of me, like white lines that are vertical white lines, like very thin lines, very thin
Mm-hmm.
white lines.
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful. I can feel now that you have the energy's been lifted on you. Earlier, when we started, I knew that the energy was very restrictive and all that negative energy they did to you from their procedures affected your whole physical structure of your body. But they've now they've taken it all out, and you'll be able to live your life, and you'll have nothing but beautiful things happen.
Thank you so much, man. This means a lot. I mean, it's real. I feel weird.
Yeah. And and want people to understand something. If you don't believe I just did something, then you're not open enough to understand what I just did. If you think I'm just a regular human being, I'm not. I am and I'm not. So I'm a regular human being. I go through life. I go to the market like everybody else. I work like everybody else. But that's just a front. You see, I know how to live on this earth. That's my front. My consciousness is Ashtar Command, off planet. My
Thank,
activations started happening through the years, and now I'm fully activated, and I'm going to be more activated as time goes on. So, Robert, I'm glad you came on here, and
thank you so much.
that's my gift to you from the command.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Robert. Anything else you want to share with us while you're being helped by the command in your home?
This is it's unexplainable.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's just so different. You know. I mean, I'm feeling very light, like
Yes, you will.
almost like if something is just pulling me up. You know.
Yes, yes. And just
Wow,
before you go, I want you to say this now. The command is with you, and you can say this. When
command.
I use this word, it's very important that you say this and remember this.
Okay,
So
command is
when I
with me.
say I am a Christed being of light, I do this with people I've helped before. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about Christ as a cosmic word, not as an earth-based word.
Right.
So I want you to say with me right now, I am a Christed being of light.
I'm a Christ of being a light.
I cannot be touched again
I cannot be touched again
by any negative ETs.
by any negative ETs.
I'm empowered
I'm empowered
in light
in light
I'm empowered as a Christed being of light.
I'm empowered in the Christ of being of light.
There you go. There you go. Okay, brother.
Thank
You know,
you.
you're always welcome up here, and I appreciate you coming on here and being able to tell me what happened to you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you down there in Florida. Now you're protected. There'll be no more negative experiences for you ever. We'll make sure that never, ever happens.
Thank you.
You take care. Okay, Robert.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Okay. You know, that's what we do. If you don't believe I do it, then you don't know me. You don't know me. I do what I do because I've been activated. Yes, like we all are human, but there are certain things when I came here, I never understood when I was a kid. I was just a kid growing up, you know, like any other kid in Long Island. But I've been activated like this for probably the last 2 years, being able to remotely do this and actually bring spaceships over locations and bring space people into people's rooms to help them. And this other person who thinks it's a scam, we're going to be taking you right out. You're blocked right out of the broadcast. You need to wake up. You know, hey, spiritually awakened. See, when people like that come into our broadcast and say it's a scam, and all I did is help the person and did what I did, and they know it happened, those people that feel that way are going to be knocked off my show in 2 seconds. They need to go to La La Land somewhere. You see, I wanted to tell you my story. Oh, spiritually awakened, absolutely. We'll bring you up right now. Let's see here. We'll bring you up spiritually awakened. You're going to be my second guest. And I will help people. So just relax. I will help people here. Spiritually awakened, how you doing?
Hello?
Hey, hello, spiritually awakened. How are you?
Hey, you doing well. Let me turn this TV down. Sorry. I wasn't
No
really
problem.
prepped for this, but I just thought, hey, I want to join in. I've wanted too many times. So,
Now, before we get into anything, tell me your first name. Where are you located?
first name's Brandon. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay, Braden, nice to have you with us. So let's go. I always like to go to the beginning of how things started for you. Can you give us like a beginning of the storyline?
Yeah, basically, when I started experiencing weird things, I think my first experience with sleep paralysis was when I was probably 10 or 11 years old. Um, I really didn't know what to think of it at the time. I just remember feeling like all of a sudden I couldn't move. To me, it felt like someone was holding me down or something. And I remember like trying to fight through it as hard as I could. Uh, and then it seemed like the next thing I knew, and also during this time, this was kind of confused because I had two really weird situations that happened, but I think this was the same time as well. I found myself floating in my bathroom. It was like I was up like more towards the ceiling, just looking down, just floating
Hmm.
around in my bathroom, looking at my bathroom. I don't know if I astral projected. I don't know, but then back in my body, and then it felt like something was pinning me down, and I couldn't move, and was really
Hmm.
freaking me out. And I tried to sit up as hard as I could. And eventually, I remember giving it everything I had. And when I finally sat up and came to, I was sitting up on the side of the bed, crying. I called my mom at work. Didn't know what happened, really just freaked out. Now, I know
Hmm.
that's not a whole lot yet, but I'm going somewhere with this. So that was my first experience with sleep paralysis. Now, throughout my life, I've seen UFOs multiple times, many times. You hear of people maybe getting to see them once. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, they never get to see them. But I've, I guess, blessed, I guess you would say, with seeing them a few good times. One good time I would say I'd like to talk about is because I was with my father, and he used to laugh at me about it. And I used to smoke marijuana heavily when I was younger, and he
Hmm.
thought I was probably smoking weed, and is like made fun of me. Hey, look, man, a UFO, man. Like
Hmm.
in a Cheech and Chong voice or something, and like I was high and seen it, but I seen it clear as day. And what it was a orange ball of light orb, I guess you would say, shot halfway across the sky at amazing speeds and stopped on a dime, sat there for a second, and then shot all the rest of the way across the sky, and then 3 jets in a V formation, which is a military formation. I've since learned were chasing it, and it pretty much looked like it was toying with these jets. And that
Yeah.
was me and 3 friends, late night, 2 a.m, a summer night. I think it was my senior year or junior summer, going into my
Oh, in
senior
high
year.
school.
Yeah, I think it was my junior summer going to my senior year, I believe. And then it seems like to me, now I will say that I guess it's kind of known in my family that some of us have abilities. I'm an empath. I know that, at least. I've been told.
When did you know you were an empath? What year?
I wasn't officially told. I mean, I've always thought things throughout my life because I pick
Oh,
up on
okay.
stuff heavily. But a few years back, I went to a really well-renowned psychic by the name of Joy Light. Well, actually,
Mm-hmm.
2 of them, local here, and a well-renowned psychic here in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me so, and really blew my mind with some things she told me. And then I'll tell you what, man, I'm sorry if I get all over the place because I've experienced so many things. I've experienced the spiritual worlds. I've experienced seeing spirits. I've
Yeah,
interacted with spirits.
we just stick with the ET cosmic realm area.
Okay,
We'll
and
stay away from
I
that.
will do that. But the only thing I want to say about that is I believe they all come from the same type of. I don't know if it's the same
And they're all separate.
with
They
the world.
really are separate. And they really are separate. That's why we separate the paranormal from this.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
not the same.
Well, to
Yeah.
me, it just seems somewhat similar. But okay, I'll get out of that. But
Yeah.
so, and then when it come back to the sleep paralysis, I guess the one that stuck with me the most is when I actually seen a being. I was laying there, obviously couldn't move, couldn't yell, was trying to reach out and yell, for help. And I finally started to pray. I started to say the name of the Father and of the Son. And as soon as I did that, my eyes started to barely be able to open. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like clear, it was hazy, but I could see a shadow of a black, looked like humanoid thing in the shape of a
Mm-hmm.
man. It looked like
Mm-hmm.
black hovering over me, and then it disappeared, and I could
Mm-hmm.
fully move. And I jumped. I was on my couch downstairs in my bed, and my couch downstairs. Everybody else was upstairs in bed.
And when you say you can see this man, did you feel, as people watching the show here, did you feel like that you were paralyzed until they left?
Yeah, he was paralyzed, and as soon as he disappeared, because I think he could tell I could see him because my eyes were able to open. Wasn't able to move, but my eyes were able to open, and I was able to see him. And
And was he in your physical environment, or were you somewhere else when this happened?
I think it was. I don't know. I can't say for sure
Mhm.
because when I woke up, I was in my couch, but I know they can. I had another experience. I know they can take you. I seen a portal above on the same couch. I seen a portal, like a white spinning, mostly white with little black streaks, spinning hole above me.
Yeah.
And that time, actually, I kept saying to something, I couldn't see it, but I kept saying, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you." I don't know why, but I couldn't see it. And what type of room it looked like when I was saying that, it didn't look like a room like with walls or ceilings.
Mhm.
It just looked like everything was white. It was just like it was in a white open, just everything was white. But I kept saying, "I'm not
When
afraid of you."
everything was white, let me slow you down. So, what year was this, and when did that happen?
This would be probably, I'd have to guess on when, probably 5 to 7 years ago, maybe. Something like
Okay,
that.
5 to 7 years ago. So, where were you at the time? This white, did everything look white around you when this occurred?
Yeah, it was like look, everything was white. Like there was no walls, no definition,
No
just
walls.
yeah,
So,
just like
where did you
I've had that
feel?
experience before too.
So, where do you think you were
I
five,
think
6 years
maybe
ago when
I
everything
think in a
became
ship.
white?
I think in a
A
lit up
ship.
ship. I think their walls glow. Their walls
Mhm.
glow from within, and it's like
Mhm.
just.
So,
I know you don't see
I'm gonna,
seams. You don't see
yeah.
seams and nuts and bolts and structures that we're used to. It's different. It's like the
Mhm.
walls were alive or something, and they were all.
Right. Right. So tell me, when you're on the ship, I know because you can go over the place. I'm going to focus on this one thing
Mhm.
to see if we can find out what happened here.
Okay.
So you're on this ship, which we've established you probably were.
Mhm.
Did you see any type of beings walking around or anything beyond the expansiveness of the whiteness of what you were looking at?
Unfortunately, not. Like I said, I felt the presence of something,
Mhm.
and I think it wanted. I don't know if its intentions were to make me fearful or what, but I remember I kept saying, because I'm a pretty hard headed guy, and I'm not like afraid of spirits or anything. I'm pretty, I don't know. I'm just hard headed, I guess. And So I just remember saying, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you at that point. And I felt almost to me like it was angering this thing that I wasn't afraid of it. It was kind of
It
a
was
feeling.
angry you weren't afraid of it. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
like they were
saying?
disappointed in or something. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the feeling I got at
Huh.
least. Like it was, didn't like that I wasn't mad at it or wasn't afraid of it.
Okay.
It's the feeling I got.
So that happened 5 or 6 years ago.
Hmm.
And what happened after that? I mean, obviously you've had
Well,
many things
can
on
I
the
tell you a
ET
little bit more about
level.
that particular story too? Okay, this is something that's pretty mind blowing, and then let me know, which I know because I've had a few of these things, and you can tell when they're not dreams. They're not just,
Mm-hmm.
elevated dreams. It's not a dream, and I've had these
Mm-hmm.
multiple times. But at the same time, when I was speaking on the portal spinning above my head on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
it was that same time, and I felt something lifting me, trying to lift me, and I looked up. I was able to look up somehow. I don't know, but I was able to see above me in the ceiling and there was a spinning white hole, almost like what you would think a portal would be, but it was white. And I think it had like a couple little streaks of black or something in it, but it looks like a
Mm-hmm.
white spinning hole. And like it was trying to
Yeah.
lift me up to that. Like I felt myself being pulled up against the side of the wall.
Grace.
I don't know if he ever got me in it because like after that, I don't really
Yeah.
remember much, you know?
Yeah.
And then the next thing before I came to on that event, I woke up
Mm-hmm.
and I had on shorts and no shirt and I
Mm-hmm.
noticed I had handprints all the way around, handprint bruises all
Now
the
let
way
me slow you
around
down.
both of my
I
hips.
gotta slow you down. Can you tell me when that happened? What year was that?
That was the same situation, that one about 5 years ago, I'm guessing.
Okay, so so first you in a room that's expansive,
Mhm.
that is like pure white, and then you feel the presence of some being on this ship that got angry at you because you were not afraid.
Wasn't
Then
scared.
this
Yeah.
other thing that happened, yes, I got a new haircut. The other thing that happened, when did that happen? This other, could you go over that again?
Yes, I think that was all part of the same journey, the same time. Maybe I got it a
Hmm.
little mixed up because it was very, elaborate and confusing.
Okay.
But that was part of the same time. And that's when
Mm.
it was trying to lift me up into the portal, I guess it was, or whatever it was. I don't know.
So you're
But that's
being
what it
so let me
was.
slow you down. So you're being lifted for my audience sake, so I can, go step by step on the
Sorry, I
story.
talk
You're
fast.
being
I am
lifted up
excited
from
to
where?
tell, of
Lifted
course.
up from your room in a home, or where you're being
I
lifted
was on
up
a
from?
couch. I was on a couch
You're on a couch.
downstairs, and
Okay.
everybody
So
else
you're
was
on a
upstairs.
couch, and you're being lifted up in through a portal or even to a ship, maybe. Correct?
Yeah, I think maybe some type of a device that sucks you up into a ship.
Probably into a ship.
Yeah, that's what. And yeah, that's something I think they were trying to do. Pull me up through that. You
Hmm.
picture it down like maybe a beam of light they shoot down that sucks you up. That's what I'm imagining. It was
Now,
something
when you
like
were
that.
pulled up into that light or into that opening, where did you go? Can you explain?
I wish I could. I really don't remember what
You don't
happened like
remember.
after that. I really don't. I've had others that I do remember something
Hmm.
being on the ship
Hmm.
more so, but this one I don't. I just remember
Hmm.
after that point, like fighting hard and them trying to lift me to where I feel like they gave up and didn't get me in there is what it felt like to me. I don't know for
And when you
sure.
say
But
they gave up, hey Tina, when you
that's the
say they
feeling.
gave up,
That's
did
what I
you
feel
feel
like.
any energy? Let me ask you, did you feel any energy? Like usually when I do interviews like this, I have a lot of questions.
Mhm.
Did you feel any like feeling discomfort or feeling like they were trying to? Did you feel anything positive or negative from that?
It was scary. I mean, I felt like I said, but with
Yeah.
me saying that I'm not afraid of you, I almost felt like they were trying to
Hmm.
intimidate me, I guess would be the feeling I got. Like,
Hmm.
threat, rather they meant to or not. That's the feeling I got.
Hmm.
And that's why I kept being adamant, letting them know, hey, I'm not afraid of you, being,
Yeah.
being stubborn and fighting back. But the thing that blew me away about that, I mean, obviously all that's wacky, man. But the thing that blew me away the most about that personal experience was waking up with handprints from the back around my
On the
waist,
back.
full handprints, big handprints. And I
How
had
did you
no,
know you had the handprints on? How did you
because I
know
had
about
on,
the handprints on your back?
I had shorts on and no shirt, and my family all seen them. And they were like, what the
Oh, they
hell
saw the
happened?
handprints.
And I told them what happened. And they
Okay.
were all like, wow, what the,
And
they
what?
already have known I experienced some things before then. So they were all blown away.
So I have a lot of questions. So the handprints on your back, this is what I
It was on
get
my
to.
waist, around my
Family
waist.
members saw
Almost
the
like
handprints on your back. What did the handprints look like? Human hands? Can you explain that?
well, they were coming from the backside, but they're around my waist. Like they were lifting me up on my waist. You know what I'm saying? Like right above my
Okay, they're
hip
lifting
bones.
you up.
But so you could see the fingers partially around my belly and stuff, and then it started in the
Hmm.
back.
And these were
They
like
look pretty
these are
similar.
like normal human hands, like a
They
human
look
being.
pretty similar to human hands, but maybe a little
Mhm.
bigger. But from what I
Okay.
remember, I wish I would have took pictures, but I didn't. But or if I did, we don't have them anymore. But
Mhm. Did
yeah.
anybody in your family? Someone's asking. Manessa's asking, which is a good question. Did
Mhm.
any of your family members think to take photos of the handprints?
See, I think we might have, but I don't think we have them anymore because I can't
You
imagine
don't
we
have
would
any.
have, but I don't know where they're
Mhm.
at. Maybe I should look and see if we
Okay.
have them hidden
I
away
would, if you
somewhere.
have the
But
pictures, I would love to see them.
yeah,
I
I
think that's
definitely would
important.
too. I definitely would too. I'll check into it, but like I said, I don't
Yeah.
know that they did. I don't know.
So let me ask you a
Um,
question. And people, you're watching Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show here on social media, Busting the Matrix. So when this all happened,
mhm.
so like if you want to say it, how old are you and what age area are you in right now?
I'm 47, so I was probably a little
You're
over
40.
40 at the time.
Okay. So
42. So.
currently at 47 approximately now in 2024, have
Mhm.
you still been having these things happen with these ETs or the
It's
non-terrestrial area?
it's been about 2 years since the last time, and the last time it happened, I was laying on a couch. It always seems to be when I'm by myself. It's crazy. It
On the
happens when
couch.
I'm by myself. I was on a couch in the front room, and my kid's
Mhm.
mother and my son, we lived together at the time, they were in the
Mhm.
bedroom. So, and
Mhm.
she actually had to come out there because she could hear me screaming, which was great. I was actually resisting. I could feel myself being pulled backwards off the couch. I could physically
Mhm.
feel
Mhm.
myself being pulled off the couch. And I started to scream, help, help, and I was able to vocalize. And she
Mm.
ran out there, and it ended. And one thing and I don't know, maybe I'm thinking, giving myself a little bit too much credit, but I kind of feel like the last few times that happened to me, I was able to resist, and they weren't able to keep me subdued like they like.
Mhm.
And so far, knock on wood, since that last experience where I felt like I was able to, give them a little bit of
Mhm.
trouble, I've yet to have
Mhm.
anything else happen with that.
Let me
Thank God.
let me jump in here because your energy is, I can read energy. Your energy is really hyped up, and
Yeah.
you really know that.
Oh
But
yeah.
so I've had to do this before. It seems I'm doing it more often than I've normally done it. And
Mhm.
you're right, Jay. So as you saw, Robert was my first guest on here. What I did with him with the Ashtar Command, and everybody saw what I did, and it's real.
Mhm.
Um, I would like to help you.
Yes, sir.
Were you watching when I had Robert on here?
Yes, sir. Some of it. I didn't get to see it all, but I get to see some of it.
Okay, you were watching when I had Robert on here. If
Yeah, I
you'll
gotta see.
say yes, and I have to respect your wishes, if you tell me yes, I will help you, and we will have the Ashtar Command come there and work on you, and you will never have any more problems again from the negative ETs. And you will, after I get done with you, you're going to be much calmer than you are right now.
Oh, that would be great because it's
The
really
reason why
shut
you're
my
not
life up.
calm, the reason why you're not calm is because you've been affected by what they did to you. So
Yes.
your whole energy field is unsettled right now, completely
Yes, and it has
unsettled.
been for years.
Oh yeah, I know it
It
has been.
has. And I'll tell you what, I feel like my abilities have increased. I've always had abilities. I'm an empath, and I don't know what else, but I can pick up on stuff really good. I've always been in sales, and I've always been good, like top notch
Mm-hmm.
sales, because I'm able to connect with people without even thinking about
Mm-hmm.
it. Like I already know what they're like. When I go to talk to them, I don't have to think or try to adjust to
Mm-hmm.
them. I just and can morph into them, basically, I guess, in a sense. So that's been a real
So
a good feeling.
I'd like to help you
Okay.
right now.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
actually going to go into activated mode here,
Yes.
and so I'd like to help you. I want you to do. I'm going to have you do the same thing Robert did. I want you
Okay.
to close your eyes right now and clear
Yes,
your
sir.
mind. Don't think of anything. Just clear your mind completely because your mind is going a mile a minute.
Yes, sir.
So you need to clear your mind. So the second thing I'm going to do is have you take a deep breath in and also release through your nostrils. You're going to do this 4 times. When you're done doing it, let me know. Relax, relax, relax.
Okay. Okay.
Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is I want you to keep your eyes closed. Do not think of anything. Your mind is, your mind's still thinking a mile a minute. It's thinking it has to interfere and keep going, going, going. Just relax. You're just like really, just relax yourself right now. I'm going to send a
Okay.
spaceship over your location. I want you just to relax. You don't have to say a word. Relax.
Mhm.
We'll send a spaceship over your location right now, about 20,000 feet above where you're located. Give me a moment. We're sending 7 Ashtar Command people. They will be cloaked. They're going to come into your environment. Keep your eyes closed. Don't say anything. Don't say anything at the moment. Try not to say anything. They're going to come into your room. You're going to feel the presence as they get closer. You're going to start feeling some energy. They haven't even begun to do anything. They're going to go based on what I'm, feeling, and they will do what they need to do in a moment. I want you to relax. And they are about 7 feet tall. Most of the beings that are with our human levels from the command are about 7.5 feet tall, men and women. They are in your room. I want you to relax. I want your mind to just totally disconnect and relax. And as they get closer, I want you to allow yourself to relax. I will definitely say right now, some of these people are what we call in the off-planet world are spiritually medical type people. They're not like Earth-based doctors. They're way more advanced in what they're able to do. They are Christ, the beings of light. And just relax, please. The one man is going to touch your forehead, work on your brain level. Your brain is totally discombobulated, is the word I'm using, but your brain has been messed up a little bit by your encounters with these negative ETs that have been trying to manipulate you. And please relax. What they're going to do is work on your brain level, your consciousness, and on your physical structure. And by the time we're done when they're done doing it, you're going to feel totally relaxed, and you're going to talk slower. You're not going to be, as I would use the word, discombobulated. You're going to be completely different. Please relax. Let me know when you feel a touch on your forehead.
Okay.
And when they have touched your forehead, let me know.
I felt like a light, like somebody like lightly rubbed my head,
Yes.
like that's what
Yes,
across my
they're gently touching your forehead. He is the space man, medical person. The other 2 are going to work on your physical body. One is going to touch your shoulder area on your right and one on your left. Please let me know. Keep your eyes closed. Relax. If you have to take another deep breath and breathe in and breathe out, relax. One will be touching your right shoulder. One will be touching your left shoulder. Please let me know. Take your time.
It's weird as I could feel I'm sitting on my bed and I could feel the bed move like somebody else sat on the bed, but nobody else is sitting on the
Yes,
bed.
they're with you. They're cloaked. The space people from the command are sitting with you, and they're obviously sitting down, and they are right with you.
Yeah, I could feel something sit on the bed.
Yes. What they're going to do now, I'm going to give this to you. I know what they give me the information. They're going to work on your whole cellular structure of your body. They're working on definitely your thought process, your brain area, which was messed with by the negative ETs that were trying to mess with you for the number of years they've been messing with you. They're going to clear your body of all the negative stuff they were doing to you that made you so uh, confused or discombobulated is the word I use. So for lack of a better word, that's exactly what they were doing to you. And hold on, please. They're really going to work on you. They're going to work on you for a while tonight. You need a lot of work because of what happened to you. Yeah, they need to work on you a lot.
I've got a lot.
Yes, you went through a lot.
I've got a lot inside of me that I haven't even told everybody everything I've experienced. Because some of
They're
it's
going to clear out all that stuff. By the time they're done, they're going to stay with you. Give me a moment. They will stay with you for a week. You're going to have them with you for a week. They're going to also do some work and the energy. They're going to go. Do you have a basement?
No.
No basement. Okay, that's good. They're going to work on the area around your house, the energy field. They're going to clear all the energy from when this happened, and also in all your rooms, they're going to clear any energy or things that were left there by the negative ETs. That's being cleared out of your room right now as we speak.
Oh wow, wow. Ooh.
Yeah, they're clearing everything.
My
They're
bed
doing
just
a clean
it's
sweep
sank
of
an inch or
everything
two.
that was done to you.
Wow, my bed just sunk in like an inch or two. It felt like I
Mhm.
started falling in it. I said,
Yeah, they're sitting with you right next to you. Yes, you don't see them, but they're right there.
"Oh, yeah, for sure."
And for
And
people watching this show for the first time, and you're saying, "Whoa, what's going on here?" I am not from this planet. I will say it again. I am human, but I am not from this planet. I am saying that just so you understand it. I'm not convincing myself of this. I already know who I am. But for the viewership, I want you to know who I am. I
well,
came here on mission to Earth to bust the matrix and to help people, and that's what we're doing.
the one thing I will say is I come from a long bloodline of my great grandfather was Emilio Zapata. He helped win the Mexican Revolutionary War, so high
Oh yes,
power.
I've read about him when I was in college.
Yes, and they stay in bloodlines. My grandfather told me he had experiences with UFOs all of his life and had abilities. Didn't tell me till almost his deathbed. And my father does. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I have two sons, and a really good psychic that I went to that has helped me clean this house out before. She told me my
Mm-hmm.
son's crystal child. She believes my son.
Mm-hmm.
He's old. He's brilliant, and he's amazing young man. And he's
Well,
since
you're being worked on right now by some of the best people from the Astro Command off planet, and they're going to be with you for a whole week. How are you feeling right now?
feeling relaxed.
Yes, you are, and your voice sounds much calmer. You're not sounding like you frantically have to speak. That's
Mhm.
because the negative ETs are messing with your mind and they messed you up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen anymore.
They've tried to drive me crazy. I feel like I've been attacked. I got so much I could tell you. You could do a
Yeah.
whole show.
Well, you know what? You don't even have to tell me about the attacks anymore because now we're stopping it. That's why our Ashtar Command people are in your room. They're the best people. They're going to help you. They're Christed beings of light. By the time they're done with you this week, you're not going to have any more stories to have to tell. You're going to have only joy in your life, only positivity, and only positive experiences.
Well, amazingly, I've had some very positive experiences. Just unfortunately, some of the bad ones overshadow the the good ones.
Yeah, because you didn't have any control of it. You didn't know how to stop it. So we're
Yeah.
doing with you now with the Astro Command. They're going to teach you. They're going to not only teach you, you're never going to have any negative experiences. Let's put it this way: there's not going to be any openings for negative ETs to come into your room, into your home, anything. They're just going to be totally out of there.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that they never come back.
I'll tell
They're
you
going to
what.
be so disconnected from you, they won't even be able to even feel your energy anymore. They're going to be so far sent out, and they're going to go after them. The ones that did this to you, they are going to be taken off planet. I guarantee it.
And can I tell you something?
Yes.
One time, this was a couple months ago, I was looking at my phone, and you know how you can see a reflection like of yourself off your phone every once in a while, kind of like
Yes.
certain lighting. And I seen a reflection, and it looked like a gray alien, a mean looking one, and
Yeah.
clear as day. It made me question: is that me, or is somebody showing me themselves?
It's not
And I went
you.
the
You
video
were
over and over.
probably. It's not
Uh,
you. What you're probably seeing was a negative zeta that
yeah,
was involved in this whole thing with the negative energy.
yeah, the face made
So
it
yeah,
intimidate me, like an evil, like a bad look,
yeah.
evil look on his face, and it smiled, kind of
So
smirked at me.
yeah, so you will never have to tell any more stories about negativity because the Astro Command people, they're sitting in both sides of you. They're working with you. They're going to work with you all week until they are absolutely certain that everything's been cleared out. Most importantly, every one of your rooms is being observed. Is they're going through all your rooms to see where possible the negative ETs had been. They're making sure there's no devices around there that they left, and they're clearing everything. They're cleaning house, so to speak, right now in your house. So you're going to feel every room feel much brighter, much lighter. You're not going to feel any pressure in those rooms. And even in the room you're in, you're going to feel much better than you've ever felt in years.
Great.
And you're feeling that way now. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I feel at ease big time.
Yeah,
A
see?
lot better than I have all day, really, to be honest with you.
And I want you to come back next week and give us an update, because I do believe that you'll never have a problem again.
Awesome. I would love to do that.
All right. Well, I want to thank you. They're working on you. I have full confidence in them. So I know if I let you down, the space people of our command are with you right now. They're going to be with you for a week. The ship is about 20,000 feet above your location, cloaked. And these are people in our medical team on the ships. They are assisting you, and they will work with your brain to they're readjusting the wiring of your brain, which was messed up by the negative ETs. You're basically healing every aspect of your body right now.
Great.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
But I don't want to let you go yet. I want you to say something which is important to say, as I did with Robert earlier when he told his story and we helped him. And this has nothing to do with religion. When we use the word Christ, people think of Christ as a religious thing. I use Christ as a cosmic, galactic level.
Yes.
So I want you to say this with
We all
empowerment.
are
And this
Christ.
is,
We all
you
are
heard
Christ.
that.
Christ is in all of us.
So I want you to say, this with me at this time. I'll let you say it. I am
I am
a Christed being of light.
a Christed being of light.
I want you to say it again. I am
a Christed being of light.
I will
am
never be
Christed
attacked
being.
by negative ETs again.
I will never be attacked by negative ETs again.
I am empowered in light.
I am empowered in light.
I am the light.
I am the light.
There you go. Beautiful.
And I believe that
All right.
you too. I believe.
And give me your first name again.
It's Brandon.
Brandon?
Brandon. You can call me Cruz if you want. Everybody calls me
Cruz?
Cruz.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you. The space people will be with you all week, working with you. And by the end of the week, you're going to be, even before the end of the week, even tonight, you're going to feel so much. You're already feeling better. There's not going to be any negative energies or residue of the effects of negative ET energy in your house.
Amazing. Looking forward to it.
All right, you're a blessing, man. I appreciate you being on here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I would love to come back next week, and I still have some things I'd love to share with you. Things that I haven't told other people because they're so mind blowing. But it's on my soul, they're real. I mean, I'll say it to the day I die because it's real. But I'd love to be a part of your platform sometime again.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing we stay away from is the paranormal. That's the only thing we stay away from.
Yeah.
If it's galactic or cosmic, yes, I do that as a reason. Even my radio show for 21 years, no paranormal. There's too many people that do it, and my whole experiences have been ET. So I want to thank you. I appreciate you, and we send our love to you, brother. And you're not going to have any more negative stuff happen.
Thank you. Much love for you.
All right. It's really interesting on my show recently how I'm more and more helping people that had been abducted or negative ET experiences. Let's see here. I'm reading comments. Audrey says, "Can you help someone who says she's been attacked and took over by spirits?" I don't get into that only because it's paranormal. There are people that probably deal with that kind of stuff, but I stay away from it because it is paranormal in essence. Even if I'm able to, it's just because it's paranormal. I appreciate you letting me know that about this person, but I try to really discipline myself to stay away from the paranormal part. There are people that can help people like that. I would seek them out, but in that area. But you're welcome, Audrey. You're welcome. Hey, Alabama, good to see you. The Alabama UFO ghost magnet may have missing time from my close encounter of the fourth kind. Wow, Alabama. Hey, Hollywood, good to see you from the 90s. So as you'll find on my show, if you're new, again, like I said, I'm a talk show host. I have been involved in news media back in the 70s when I was learning radio, and my background is basically media, on one level, but my abilities to use the media for this purpose. My first UFO encounter, let's see, Alabama. My first thing is that as I become activated in radio, which I've been for many years, 20 years on my Ashtar Command radio show, being not from Earth, being from Mars, being with the Ashtar Command, I've integrated everything I do, and I am that talk show host, but I'm more than just a regular UFO talk show host. I don't wear a suit and a tie. I don't talk to former military officials. Thank you very much, Karen. I actually only this year was activated in the way I'm doing things now with people here, where I can send spaceships of the command and have Ashtar Command people come to their home. I never did that before. I didn't start doing that sometime this last year. It just like I was activated, and it's an amazing thing. So I'm activated in what I do, and I, hey, look, if I'm supposed to do more than just a talk show, and if I'm able to help people and send a ship over their location and send people on our medical staff of the command into their home and help them, like I've helped 2 people tonight, I will do it, because that's, I'm not physically there, but I have contact with our space ships, our people on the spaceships. Hey, April. I think April's here. April, good to see you, April. I have contact with the people on our spaceships. So when I hear stories, based on what I hear, if it is something where people have been having, or the individuals had negative ET experiences, and I listen to the story enough, I will feel I have to help them. Like if I feel I really have to help that person, I have to. It's just part of the mission work. It's something, you don't want to see somebody go through that anymore. Can I help somebody shift out of a different dimension? That I've never dealt before with, or shifting different dimensions. I'm not sure I can. I can help people, like these 2 people, with the experiences they've had in that way. But shifting dimensions, I don't think I'm activated to do anything like that. Thank you, Jay. Whoops. Let's see what's going on here. And welcome to our show. This is Encounters. This is the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the one that everyone's been hearing about. And I am the commander of the show. And I can shift dimensions with magic and meditation. Exposing Mark needs a mod's attention. I think we will definitely, let's see here. I think we need to. So let's see, Las Vegas, citizen journalist. Okay. We will take that person out. Thank you. I don't know what their deal is, but they're out. Thank you for letting me know that. We took them out. Hal Lee, I heard a lot on Art Bell's show. I was on Art Bell's show many years ago. If you send a ship to my house, I would be scared. Kyle Thompson. Well, I wouldn't send a ship to your house unless you had any problems. Then I'd send a ship to your house. But only if you agreed to it. You see, I won't do it unless you agree. Were they being influenced by negative ETs? Hallie, who? Can you explain when you say they? Who is they? When we see ships amongst the stars at night, now more than usual, does it mean they are observing me? If you're seeing them, yes. If you're seeing them when you're outside Hollywood, they're most likely observing you. Let me just do this here. That would be an absolute yes. Let's see. I'm just reading comments here on the show. You're watching Encounters. If you have been, and again, it just seems I've dealt with two situations of abductions, but also on the other side of it, if you've had positive experiences, if you've actually had visitations with star people, we'd love to hear your story. If you've had positive attractions, we want to hear your story. If you've been documenting spaceship activity or UFO activity, we'd love to hear your story, right? Mer people, fairies, we would love to hear your story. If you have, top secret information, we'd love to hear your information. Meaning, if you have connections or know somebody within high levels that have information, we'd love to hear your information. Let's see here. Belinda, I've seen two spaceships in my life. Howley, yes, space people or ETs or extraterrestrial intelligence use telepathy and they could communicate in your dreams. Belinda, I'd like to bring you on, Belinda. I just sent you a request. I've seen two spaceships in my life. I'd like to find out what time of the year or what year it was. Belinda's our third guest. She's seen two spaceships in her life. Hey, Belinda, good evening.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show.
Yes.
And can
When
you
I
tell
was
us?
real young, when
Well,
I was
before we get
real
into the
young,
story,
pardon?
I know you're in Michigan. What year did it start when you had your spaceship sighting?
The first one was when back in the 1960s. Tells you how old I am.
Okay,
Um,
1960s. Go ahead.
and the other one was back in the 90s, 1990s.
1990.
Yes.
Okay, and when you had your first sighting of what you call a spaceship, what happened? Can you describe what happened? Do you remember all the details of what happened?
Yes. We was out. We was having a sleepover. On the front porch. We was young, a bunch of us, and we just kept hearing this weird noise. And we got out in the yard and looked around, and we seen a spaceship. And we all, said, "Hey, let's go follow it." So I mean, we got right. We was so close. We was right underneath it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we just sat there and watched it for a long time. And then, we were so excited and and stuff, and it just flew away. It just
Mm.
went, and it was gone. And it
And
was
when you
just,
saw the
it
ship,
was
can you?
beautiful. I mean, the lights was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and that
Yes,
was in the 1960s, correct?
yes.
And how did you feel when you were looking at it? Did you feel like usually when people tell me they've seen a spaceship,
Uh-huh.
the most important thing I ask is, did you what was the energy feeling like? Was it feeling like you felt love coming from the ship, or did you feel the opposite?
No, we wasn't scared. We loved it. I mean, it was beautiful. We was
Mm-hmm.
excited.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have no fear. Or,
Mm.
we didn't think no aliens was gonna come down and get us or
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that. We wasn't scared or frightened of it. We just
Mm-hmm.
thought it was beautiful.
Yes. Now that was your first sighting of a spaceship, correct?
Yes, yes.
And when did the second sighting happen?
The second one happened back in 1990. I say 1994, 95,
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
and I
guys, for
was
that.
with I was with my husband. My husband seen it first.
He saw it
And
first.
my husband did, and he said, "Blenda, he's seen them. He's seen one before, but when we got was married, and we seen them together." And he said, "Blenda, there's a spaceship over there."
Hmm.
And I looked, and he pulled on the side of the road, and we watched it, and it was in a field behind some houses, and
The spaceship was in a field behind some houses.
yes,
Was this more of a country area where you were seeing this?
yes, we was in
Okay.
a township, a small township,
Okay. Okay.
and it didn't have no bright, beautiful lights. It was just all black. But
All black.
there was a light that beamed down,
Hmm.
that was facing the ground, and I got scared.
You got scared.
Yes, I become very fearful, and I told my husband I think we should leave.
Was
And
he
so he
scared?
said, "No." I was.
You were scared, but your husband wasn't scared of what he was seeing?
Right.
Okay.
Because he had seen one too when he was younger.
Hmm.
So, but I just get, I just got really scared, real fearful of this spaceship.
Hmm. So the first sighting you had, you felt like this incredible feeling that you weren't afraid or anything. This
Yes.
sighting, he wasn't afraid, but you were afraid.
Yes.
And did you feel it was a different experience, like a different type of ship or a different group?
Uh,
You
it
know
was
how, like,
more
when you
like,
meet people, like there's some people that are really happy and jovial, and then you meet another group and they don't look very happy at all.
yeah, it just was more dark.
Hmm. Hmm. It was more dark.
It
Meaning, when
was
you
a
say
dark.
dark, physically dark, like the ship, if it had
Yes.
any kind of energy light, it didn't have it on.
None. It didn't have none on. It was just dark.
Mhm.
It was just
And how
completely
long
dark.
was that thing behind houses in the field when that happened? How long were you watching it?
Uh, we stayed there about 10, maybe 20 minutes.
10 or 20? That's still quite a bit of time, 10 to 20 minutes.
Yes. And we was on the side of the road, and like I said, it was back in the field, but not
Hmm.
too far from the road to where you couldn't make the streets out and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you, that's an amazing story. This is the kind of stuff you don't hear, folks, um, on most social media. On You just don't hear it.
Right?
And these are the
Well, everybody,
stories.
everybody thinks
That,
you're crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
right. Spaceships.
You
So,
never, Belinda, you never forgot about these things, though they've been ingrained. These two sightings have been ingrained in your memory forever, correct?
yes.
You know, amazing. So, since that period, since the two different things happened in the 1960s and the one in the later on in the years,
Hmm.
have you had any other experiences happen? Like, did you have any visitations happen over the years that you weren't? Yeah, did you
No,
have any visitations?
no,
No, just
nope.
the sightings.
Just the sightings, the witnessing of it. You know. But I believe I know they're out there, but you
Well, of course
know,
you do. You had two sightings. How could they not be out there, right?
you're like, but a lot of people think you're crazy when you tell them that.
Not
My
anymore. 30 years
my
ago,
kid
maybe,
my
but
kids does.
yeah. Your kid thinks you're crazy?
Oh yes.
Wait till that kid has a sighting of a spaceship, and then he's gonna, you know what? If I were, you know, if I were to do anything, where's your kid live?
Uh,
Mich-
they all live in Michigan.
In Michigan, okay. I've never done this before, and I'm thinking about whether uh, to do this.
Well, don't send
I'm
nothing to them.
contemplating, and what I'm thinking of here is something that's totally off the record charts here, and I'm not even sure I can do this. But how would you like your kids to see a spaceship?
Yes,
And
all
then
four of them.
all
Well,
four of them, and then they would.
one of my daughters, they was with us when me and my husband seen it.
Mhm,
Um, she said she remembers it, but she don't quite remember everything, and she's
mhm,
unsure that she watched, what she
mhm.
saw.
But the other four, your sons, are they your sons? The other four people?
One's a son and two's a girl, are
Okay, so
daughters.
they don't believe you, correct?
No.
Okay, so here's something I've never ever done on here, and I don't, I'm going to take a chance in doing this, and it's for the purpose of having them understand that what you were saying was absolutely true, even though
Right.
they don't believe you. It's going to shift their consciousness. So, what we're going to do, and again, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I'm not going to predict anything. I'm not promising anything here. I don't want to do that.
Right.
Um, but I want to send a spaceship. Are they all living they're all living in Michigan?
Yes.
Okay, they live in different parts of Michigan.
Yes. One lives in
Okay.
Flint, and one lives in Grand Blanc, and
Hmm.
the other one lives in Mount Morris.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, and I don't even know if I can do this. It's one thing for me to send a spaceship over with space people from the command to help somebody who's been abducted. I've never, ever sent a spaceship to have someone become a believer that, in somebody else's experience. And I don't want to start getting a reputation if that happens that everyone says,
Right.
Commander, can you do this for me?
You could get in
It's
trouble.
no, I just don't want to do that.
Right.
Because they have a lot of more important things to do off planet right now with the planet Earth. And so what we're going to do is try an experiment here. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I will tell the command to send smaller scout ships, to where your family members are.
Uh-huh.
And at night, I don't know when this is going to happen. It'll be at night when they are actually physically outside and they will actually see something they've never experienced before. We're going to test the waters on this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do this for you starting right now. And it's kind of late, but this won't happen tonight. This will happen when they're awake and when they're not sleeping. So in the
Okay.
next week, at some point, we're testing the waters to see if we can send some scout ships over the locations of your family members and see if
Okay.
they actually get to see the spaceships.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go right ahead.
What are they? I mean, I know they're
Are
from
you
other
asking me in general what are the spaceships you were seeing or in general?
no, the people that's in the spaceships.
Inside the spaceships?
Yes.
It
I
depends
know
on the
that.
experience.
Pardon?
It depends on the experience, meaning that a spaceship is a traveling way from a civilization to go from one place to the other. It depends on the vibrational frequencies of the spaceship in terms
Mm-hmm.
of who they are. So it's not really so much a general term as being more specific. If you are visited, because you never visited, but if you were visited by star people, they would be about 7 to 8 feet tall. They would be human on those ships. Are the people I'm connected with, my star family, is what we call Ashtar Command. They are like the positive beings of light from all over the multiverse. So they'll give you a very pretty general answer in that way, race or kind of specific. If they are negative ETs, which then you would feel if you ever met them, they would be a lower vibrational pattern, and you never want to meet the lower vibrational ETs because they for years have been doing things that aren't good. But in terms of who they are, it depends on what you feel, what you experience. You only had the ability to see two spaceships in your lifetime, and but you don't know who they are inside these spaceships. That's the thing. I couldn't really tell you, other than I think that I know your first one that you saw, based in the 1960s, you felt very positive energy. The second one, kind of, you were scared because there was in a field somewhere behind houses, and you just felt, and it was dark, and you didn't, and you couldn't know or see what it was. So I think
Well,
it's
I
gonna.
could see it. I mean, I could see it. It was,
Well, you can see it, but you couldn't. You didn't have like an interaction, so to speak, like the
no,
ETs came out of a ship and came up and said,
right,
"Okay, Belinda, here we are.
right.
We're right here."
You know,
So you
I
so you
wonder.
you have like a contact experience, is what I'm saying.
I wondered. You know, I always thought. I wonder if those the people that lived in that house was interacting with these spaceships. It was really close to that house, and like I
Yeah,
said, there was a bright spotlight shining right down to the ground.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean that sounds like a really beautiful thing. The second one, your husband wasn't afraid, but you were afraid.
Right, and I'm
Yeah,
usually stronger than he is. You know,
yeah.
but
So we're
I'm
gonna
more
experiment.
sensitive. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel things more than most people does. I can
Yeah.
feel darkness, evil, good, bad.
So you're sort of like an empath. You can pick up on all those things.
Yes,
That's what an empath does.
right. I can tell
So
when
yeah,
people mean harm, when they're loving like they say they are, and then I
mhm,
can see the other side, you know.
Yeah. So, we stay away from the paranormal, but you do have the empathic abilities that you have. Based on what you're telling me, you're an empath. Okay.
Right?
Did you know you were an empath?
I knew I had special
Well,
abilities.
that's what it is. It's being an
Right?
empath.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
But
want to
yeah,
thank you, Belinda.
I was so
You've
proud
been,
to know that, I got to see something that most people don't.
yeah,
Even
no,
though
really.
the second one was kind of scary, but I didn't feel like I was in danger, but I just knew it wasn't right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
See, you have the inner knowledge to know that
Right,
it's an empath, and you have to go with that. So that's a
right.
really important thing to do. Now, for
Yes,
the rest of your family members, what we're going to do is I'm going to see if the Astro Command's willing to do it. Like I said, there's a lot of mission work we're doing off planet, and I'm not sure they have time to do this. But for your other family members that don't believe you, we're gonna in the next couple of nights when they're outside, they're gonna actually be guided to look at the sky, and they're gonna see um, what is basically a spaceship. They will know
right,
they're going to wonder what it is. They're going to see it a little bit closely, and it'll be like maybe a minute or two, and then it'll disappear. And for
right.
each of your family members, they're all going to see this for about a minute or two. I don't know what time of the night. I have no idea. But I just know in the next week or so, let me know if anything, if they call you, your family members, and they say, oh, I saw this thing in the sky. Let me
Right.
know. I'd love to hear an update on that. Okay.
They go to bed early, so they don't stay out late or
Well,
anything.
this will happen when they're awake.
Okay. Okay, and then
Linda, thank you.
and when I hear something, I will come back and let you know.
You, you absolutely are welcome to be here. We're glad you came on and shared your story. Everyone, give a hand for Belinda. Thank you so much for being on Encounters.
You're welcome.
All right.
And thank you.
There you
Bye bye.
go. And we thank Belinda for being here. If you'd like to be a guest or if there's any impending things going on with our space levels and you wish to share anything, please do. Infinity 777, I've seen 2 fleets of ships. It was amazing. Infinity needs to get up to 100 followers. Can we get 100? Well, if we get 60 more people to follow Infinity, we're going to pin their comment here. Let's see, where is it here? I just pinned their comments. So Infinity 777, I want about 60 more people to follow them right now. Just go on their profile. I'm going to get Infinity up here in a couple of minutes, hopefully. And Infinity has seen 2 fleets of ships. It was amazing. Did I say that pretty good? I'll say it again. Infinity says, I've seen 2 fleets of ships. It was amazing. See, I'm pretty good that way. And you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. We're glad to have everybody here. We're glad to be here. We're going to have a refill of apple cider tomorrow. I'm getting a new gallon. I ran out of apple cider. If only I had a few tahars. If I had a few tahars, I could, I can have a tahar for some reason. But there you go. River Blue, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you, River Blue. Glad to have you with us here on Encounters, folks. And let's see. Thank you, Karen82. We appreciate it. Thank you, Infinity. We appreciate it. Oh, Infinity says she can. Oh, I can actually bring Infinity on now. This is really weird. I guess TikTok must have changed the rules because it used to be 100 followers. I'm going to bring Infinity on now at 63 followers. That's interesting. They must have updated their rules about audio. So, Infinity, I can bring you on right now. Infinity will be our next guest. Let's see. Oh, the Tahar thing, yeah. Infinity. I'll have to say it the next time. Infinity, are you there? They did change the rules. Okay, they're getting a little bit more liberal about the numbers of people to be able to get on here. It wasn't that way when I came on. I had to have 1,000 followers to get on here. We stay away from any political people. This strictly ET, cosmic, galactic, nothing to do with Earth-based people like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's they've changed the rules. I'll have to see what the rules are now. We're going to try to get this person on here. We're going to try to get this person on here. Let's see, where are they? I'm going backwards to try to find them. Infinity. Where are you? You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And we will find Infinity. Or maybe we won't find Infinity. Infinity, are you still with us? Infinity sort two. Oh, I want to bring you up, Infinity. I'm going to press the guest button here. When I press it, just press accept, and I'll bring you up here live to tell your story. Infinity, yes, Infinity, and yeah, Spirit, that's right. Infinity and beyond. You can come on live now. And Infinity, what's your first name?
Hi, it's Nyoka actually, but I like to use Infinity.
Okay, Mayoka, but you like to use Infinity? Beautiful. Can you tell us where you are and give us a backline, a backdrop of how your story started with the sightings of the two spaceships?
Of course, I'm so happy to be here, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Commander. I didn't know that this was going to happen so fast for me, but and I'm nervous too, so please bear with me. But
Don't worry about it. You're
I'm
good.
actually in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
And go ahead.
So I've had a lot of encounters. I mean, so many things I've witnessed, I've seen. People would honestly think that I was crazy, like everyone says, when they've had,
Right. On
these
my show says they think I'm
experiences.
crazy. You're not
Yeah.
crazy.
And I have so many questions, but one of the sightings that I've seen was where I was working. I was at work, and at the time I was working at an animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always looking outside. I'm always looking up in the sky because I see them so much. And I found out many, many years ago that I can summon them. I didn't even know that I had this gift
Mm-hmm.
until something said, try it. And I did. And they just kept showing up. They would show up in twos, they would show up in threes. And I was at work and I was looking up, and next thing you know, I saw this huge fleet of them. Huge fleet. I mean, I couldn't even count. I couldn't
Mm.
count. And at the very beginning of the fleet was this like tube ship. It was like a long tube, kind of like cylinder shaped.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them were like very, very small sizes. But it was
Mm.
huge. I
Wow.
couldn't believe
Wow.
it. Yeah, like I was in awe. And I tried
Do
to
you remember
yell
what?
for some.
Do you remember what the color of the ship was? Some
It
people
was
can describe
white.
it. It was
They were
white.
all
Okay.
white.
They were white. Okay.
Yeah,
And how
I
did you
couldn't
when
believe
you
it.
were watching them? How did you feel? I always ask when I hear really really interesting stories like that. How did
Uh-huh.
you feel energetically about what you were saying? Did you feel
I couldn't
good?
be
Or,
I could not believe it. Like I was so happy. I was
yeah,
wishing that I could like teleport to them and just look at them like super close. I was totally
super
geeked
cool.
about it.
Yeah, I gotcha. So that was, but that wasn't the only time. You've had many many other things occur since then, right?
Oh yeah, there was a time where I was at a park. I'm sitting in my car, and like I said, I'm always looking up, just looking up in the sky because I see them so much. I can have a thought of seeing them, and I'll look up, and they're bam right there. So, and I'm okay with that. I've always been fascinated with them since I was a kid, ever since watching
Mm-hmm.
E.T., which I've cried over 1,000 times.
Oh, the
But
movie,
I've
yeah.
always I've always been in awe of ETs, ships, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since, becoming awakened and finding out these things about myself and finding out that I have gifts and been able to use a few of them, I'm just elated. Like, is this really happening to me? Like, is this a
Mm-hmm.
dream? Like, me? Like, this is happening to me? Kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
even till
And
this day, certain things that I see, I'm just blown away. Like, is this real? Is this supposed to
right,
be feeling good or should I be feeling bad? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I
right.
tend to
Your mind,
overthink about things.
well, your mind will. That's your mind. Your mind likes to do that to you. But if you
Yeah.
don't listen to your mind, and I don't know if you meditate at all, but if you go into your spiritual center will tell you everything is the way it should be. Your mind will jump in there and say, wait a minute, I got to question this. That's what the human mind does. It always does that to people that are having these experiences because that's what the mind does. Whereas I always say the mind should just focus on buying stuff at the supermarket that you need for the week, getting to point A to point B if you're traveling somewhere. If you're going to the beach, the mind should say, oh, let's go to the beach and have fun. But the mind should stay away from all this stuff going on from the level of cosmic because the mind doesn't understand it. And and that's partly the course of the mind. Now we've had these sightings. Now you've also stated, which I found very interesting. You said in your comments that you can call the spaceships in.
Yes.
When did
Yes.
that start
And
happening? When did you
this
start having that ability?
this has been happening for many, many years. I remember in the early 2000s, maybe 2012-ish,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, around there. I was
Mm-hmm.
following this guy on Facebook. He had a group. I can't think of the guy's name or the group, but he would meet near Griffith Park Observatory. And I was wanting to, or had an interest, I should say, to
Mm-hmm.
participate in his summons, trips.
Mm-hmm.
And one particular day, I just couldn't make it. I went all the way up to Griffith Park Hills, and I just couldn't make it. And I was kind of bummed about it. I was like, gosh, I really would have loved to have met this guy and met other people, yada yada. So many years later, I kept having these UFO encounters. Me and a friend of mine, I kind of posted earlier, but this is one of the sightings that I've seen. One time, a friend of mine were sitting on the floor of my balcony outside of these apartments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just like to talk about deep stuff. Like, he and I are like very like-minded. And we always have a good time together. And we were like staring off into the hills where like all these homes kind of sit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice view, by the way. All of a sudden, this beautiful, I mean beautiful, to me, I call it a spiritual UFO because it looks so spiritual. It
Yeah.
showed itself right in front of me and my friend, and me and my friend were just looking like gaze, like, oh my God, do you see that? And he's
Right.
like, yeah. And we're not even looking at each other saying, yeah, we're looking at this ship because we can't believe how freaking spiritual and beautiful this ship looked. It was like looking up in the sky at like a pretty star. But it was
Yeah.
silvery, bright, white, shiny. I mean, it was beautiful. It didn't stay that long, but long enough for us to see it. And then
Yeah.
it just disappeared. I got like
Oh.
I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I'll never forget it as long as I live.
Yeah. No, it sounds really interesting too. What you were,
Yeah.
experiencing.
I mean, just
And
awesome. And then
so.
I saw another fleet. This was nighttime. I was driving down the street or whatever, just cruising. And something said, look up in the sky. And I kid you not, and it was dark out. It had to been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ships. It was a fleet. I saw them so close. It was like
Mhm.
watching a UFO highway. They were all
Wow.
in a line, but it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I had to pull over into this taco parking lot just to watch because I didn't want to
Yeah.
crash watching because
Well, you don't
it
want to
just
crash
had
watching the
me.
fleet of spaceships.
Right, like it was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It
And what
it
and
just
what year
blew
and
me
what year
away.
was that, by the way? What year was that when you saw a fleet of spaceships? Do you remember?
Oh gosh, Commander, I can't even tell you, but it was, I don't know, maybe way before 2022, like maybe
Okay.
2000, I don't know, but it was the early 2000s.
Well, 2000. That's cool. And all these things you have happened to you is like you can actually call in the ships, which is amazing in
Yeah.
itself that you've learned to do that. Well, you're not just calling in the ships; you're calling in the beings. You're communicating telepathically with the space beings, and they're showing you the ships. They're bringing the ships to let you know that they're there. Have you had any visitations
I
of?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I believe that I've been taken up maybe once or twice, but I know once for sure. And honest to goodness, it has taken me 20 plus years to find out what happened to me because I couldn't tell anybody about it. Only person that I could talk to about it was my god sister-in-law because she's very spiritual. She's always told me since I was little that I was special, and
Mm,
I've had people tell me that, but she's always told me that. And I didn't
hmm.
quite understand her growing up, but I get it now, you
Yeah.
know. But I told
Well,
her and she couldn't really give me an answer because she didn't know about ETs and UFOs and things like that. But I described to her what happened to me. And when I
mhm.
woke up, after it happened, I didn't feel any kind of heaviness. I didn't feel,
No.
any bad energy. I was just
Yeah.
like, wow, like what
Yeah.
happened? Like what
Let me ask you a
happened?
question about that visitation.
Of course.
Explain exactly from step to step when the visitation happened or you were taken. Can you explain what happened more in detail about that specific time?
Oh yes, I can remember as if it was yesterday. Now I don't know like from A to Z what happened. I just can recall what happened to me when they brought me back to my apartment. So I was living in my first apartment. It was a bachelor. It was just me and my cat. And I was living on the fourth floor. I kind of had like these French windows that opened up. I had a view. I could look out. Now, this one particular morning, I remember I was tossing and no, I remember at night I was tossing and turning, kind of had trouble sleeping. Eventually I ended up falling asleep. Fast forward, the sun's coming up. Now, I'm always been a very deep sleeper, but
Hmm.
I can also hear things. I guess because LA's always had earthquakes, I'm always like on alert, I guess, in
Oh yeah.
hindsight, but I'm able to be like in a deep sleep, but I can hear things like what's going on like around me.
Hmm.
So I remember I was sleeping on my back, kind of like on my side, like in a fetal
Mm.
position.
Hmm.
And I remember laying in my bed on my back, and my arms were stretched out
Mm.
as if, like, in the position of Christ laying on a cross. My
Oh
arms were
wow.
extended
Okay.
out, and my
Hmm.
legs were lying straight in front of me. And it was a
Hmm.
hot season, so I didn't have like thick blankets on me. But I remember feeling my blanket kind of trickling off of me.
Mm.
And so I tried to turn to my side, but I couldn't. I was in this perfect cross, like, sitting up
Yeah.
like position. And in
Okay.
my mind, I'm like thinking, I'm hearing myself say, I want to wake up. I want to see. And I'm in
Right.
such this deep, cozy, comfortable, deep sleep feeling. It was nothing like it. Like half of me wanted to wake up, but then
Hmm.
half of me didn't. I wanted to stay in this beautiful sleep state, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, like in my mind, I want to see, I want to wake up. Something's happening. And I hear this voice say, just sleep. It said,
Really?
just sleep.
Was it a
Yeah.
was it a
So
male
I
voice or a
remember,
female voice?
so I
Remember?
remember licking my lips because they felt dry. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to open up my eyes, but I couldn't for the life of me. I just saw blurriness. And I think I saw
Mm.
something kind of like white in my peripheral. but
Hmm.
they wouldn't let me open up my eyes. So I just relaxed and my arms were extended out, my head was straight, my body wasn't wobbly or moving. I mean, I was perfectly like sitting upright.
Wow. Now,
So I felt my
did you
huh?
feel you had, did you feel you were taken on a spaceship?
Yes, I felt like they were bringing me back to my bed.
Yeah. Yep.
Now
That's
I'm on
why.
the fourth floor, so I don't know how they did that, but and I don't even know if I don't even know if my cat went. I hope she did because I was so close to her and I was worried about her. But I remember them laying me back in my bed. So as they're laying me back in my bed, I'm laying back perfectly. My head wasn't all out of place and swaying to the side. I mean, they laid me perfectly straight in my bed, and I didn't wake up. So I remember as they lay me straight back, right? Arms extended out, I'm able to bring my arms close to me. And you know
Mhm.
how you sleep like on your side and you bring
Yeah.
your hands to the side of your face? I went
Yeah.
back
I
to
sleep
sleep
on my
just like
side when I
that.
sleep. Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you feel that it was a positive experience? Because that's important to know.
Yes,
You felt
extremely.
really, really
Yeah.
positive. Okay. So she felt, folks, that it was a positive experience. It wasn't an abduction. That and I'll go with that because I don't feel anything you're saying has anything to do with a negative experience, like my other two guests did earlier.
Right.
Um, so as this is happening, obviously, you probably were on a ship, and they gently brought you back down into your house, into your home, into your apartment.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't
Yes.
matter. They know how to do it. They go. They can come through a wall. They can open up the wall and bring you back into your home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's most likely what happened is they don't work in the same structure our space people. They
Right.
can transcend time and space. They're able to come into a room like that in a nanosecond. They can open your wall up and make the wall disappear and come right into the room.
But how do
Uh,
they have me go through the wall with them? You know
because
what I mean?
they opened up the wall. Basically, they opened up the molecular um, molecule structure of the wall for you to go through it. As long as they were with you, you could go through the wall with them. That's why.
Really? And
Yes.
I don't believe, because this was heavily on my mind too, I don't believe in my spirit that I was chipped because I was I can't explain it, but I found out many years later through some kind of spiritual way that I was not chipped because those beings do not believe in that.
Oh, the space people? No, the ones that you were with were good people. They
Yes, and
are
they
highly
don't do
evolved.
that chipping
No, they
business.
don't. They're highly evolved. The ones that are involved in abductions are lower vibrational ETs, some of which have worked with our government for over 70 years in doing those negative things. But you have not had any negative experiences. Based on your story, I can tell that you were really having a beautiful experience. It wasn't anything to do with an abduction or lower vibrational beings. And I can tell they were treating you in a way, even though you couldn't physically see them clearly, you were having a positive experience.
Oh, yes. Until this day, I think about it because it was the best phenomena I've ever experienced in my life. I just wish that I could have more of those trips. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the
Because,
deal. Would you like to have more of those trips?
of course.
Here's how it's done. It's way simpler for you because you've had positive experiences.
Yeah.
It's less complicated than you think it is. And I use
Okay.
less complicated than you think it is, meaning don't think about it. The thinking about it makes it complicated. If you don't think about it, it's not complicated, right? So, like, if you don't think about going outside for a walk, you just go for a walk. You're not thinking about going for a walk because then you'll be sitting there procrastinating, thinking about when am I going to go for a walk. Human beings do the one thing that humans always do is procrastinate. Well, I want to
Yeah.
go, I'd like to go to the beach today. It's like 9 a.m. in the morning. I want to go to the beach today. Sunny day out. I want to go to the beach. So sitting there going back and forth saying, I think I want to go to the beach. What do you think? Should we go to the beach? It goes ping ponging back. So all you're doing is thinking about going to the beach and never going to the beach. What I'm
Yeah, you're
saying
so
is,
right. Right.
if you think about wanting to see them again and connecting with the space people again, don't think about, oh, can I do that again, or will I do that again, or should I do that again? Just do it.
Yeah.
And you already know how to do it because they're showing you that they can take you on their ship, and you weren't abducted by negative ETs. You felt, and always listen to people that are viewing this, you have to listen to someone's story. If they feel that it's positive and you as a viewer don't think it is, remember, you're not in their shoes. They're the one who had the experience, not you. So you
Right.
have to look at it from a viewer's perspective. You have to look at it from a person's perspective who's a guest on the show, and you will understand their perspective of what they felt, right?
Yeah.
So for you, from after tonight, I want you to, since you can actually, you have the ability to bring their ships to show their ships, you can have the ability to communicate with them and not say, I just don't want to see your ships. You can say, I wish to go back on your ship again. If you feel it's positive, I wish to go on your ship again. I wish to connect with my spiritual star family. I am ready to communicate with you. I would like to go on your ship again. You can actually instigate that just by the conscious telepathic thought, not
Yeah.
thinking about it, not saying, could this possibly happen for me? Could I possibly have that experience? Is it even possible that I can also go back on your ship and learn more from you?
Well,
You
you
can.
know what, you know what, Commander? On that note, I have to kind of go into something else and elaborate because, excuse me, I've been frustrated with my star family because I know where I'm from. They showed me in the sky. I
They did.
mean, yeah, they showed me so much, and like they showed themselves so much. It's like I get in awe every single time. But I've been so frustrated with them lately to where I told them I didn't want to talk to them because I'm frustrated at the fact that I feel like I'm repeating kindergarten, meaning all these years have gone by to where our communication is at this one level. Nothing's changed, nothing's increased. I feel like I'm at the basics and I keep repeating this course. And I'm like, look, if you guys can't raise the bar or show me, tell me something that I'm doing wrong or something that I'm not doing wrong, or if there's something on your end, let's talk about it because everyone else is having these experiences and I feel like I'm left in the dark. And we have this way of communicating where I get this feeling either through my body, like an energy, like if I'm standing outside of my car or somewhere and I feel this like really good energy, I'll know that they're above me. And I'll look up and bam, they're right there. And I get
Yeah.
excited and I'm like, yeah, this is dope. This is so freaking cool. Like it gives me this high. Other
Yeah.
times they won't show up. And I understand they're doing work for the planet. They're doing
Right.
other things. I understand. So I try not to be selfish. But at the same time, I've even asked them, where am I from? Because I'm having a struggle finding out. And they showed me, three ships showed me in unison where I'm from. I was
And
so
where
excited
are you
about.
from?
I'm
Where are
from
you from?
Sirius B.
Okay, good. See,
I'm a
so
Syrian.
you're
Yeah,
serious. That's good. So
yeah.
again, they're not trying to make you be in kindergarten. What you have to do is shut your 3D mind off. That's frustrated. I can understand the frustration, but you can actually instigate it and say, okay, let's go to the next level. I'm a Christed being of light. I am who I am. I am from. I thank you for showing me where I'm from originally, coming to Earth mission. I wish to go back on the ship again. I wish to communicate with you again. I wish to understand more about what my mission is in life here on Earth. And if you proceed to do it that way, ask them, do it that way. Just ask them, well, thank you so much for what you shared with me. I didn't mean that I don't want to talk to you again or meet you again. I was just frustrated. Can we recommunicate and figure out how I can go back on the ship again to understand what my mission is? I do have a mission. I understand it. You're trying to teach me things, but I need to be in physical contact for those teachings to occur. And if you proceed that way, see what happens. Give it some time, take a deep breath, and do that in your meditations, and proceed it that way. And I think you're going to get a different response.
Thank you, Commander. And also one other thing too, I might have heard, I could be wrong, but like there's been 3 times, maybe 2 that I can recall where I was at my lowest, I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling down, feeling
Mhm.
hopeless, all these things, right? I was going through what I call a spiritual emergency
Right.
or spiritual crisis.
Mhm.
And I heard, I could be wrong or whatever, but I could have sworn when I hear them talk to me in my mind, I guess you can call it telepathy or channeling.
It's called telepathy.
Okay, telepathy. That's what I figured. Thank you. I could have sworn he said, "This is Commander Ashtar something." I didn't get the full name.
Okay.
He was telling me who he was, and he was part of the Galactic Federation. And that blew me away because I've been studying them for years. And I'm like, here we go, 15 years later, it's
Yeah.
manifesting that that's real. And I'm like listening to him. And every time he talks to me, it's short. And he sounds very authoritative and
Oh yes.
strong.
Ashtar.
And
Yes.
it blew me away. But I was like, okay, why is he so quick to talk but then quick to leave? Like, don't you want to stick around so we can talk?
Right.
Like for
So
their
Ashtar. Ashtar.
IQ to be over 1,000 or two
Mhm.
thousand or whatever, they should know these things about me. Like, I want to talk. I want to learn. I want to know stuff.
Right.
Like, let's hang
Well.
out.
Right. So the initial instincts of what you felt about who that was telepathically communicating with you most likely was Commander Ashtar. Ashtar is in charge of a sector of the Ashtar Galactic Command in this sector of the universe. He's been in other universal areas in the universe, but I'm very, very well familiar with Ashtar because I come from the Ashtar Command before any internet websites existed or anything or any YouTube or TikToks existed. I've been a contactee since I was a kid in the '60s, and so yeah, I mean, if Ashtar communicated with you and you feel your initial instincts were he said something to you, you probably did hear telepathically him speak to you. So the thing is that there's still a sense of frustration that I feel in when I speak, and when I'm not speaking, but you're speaking, and I understand the frustration, and it's a human feel. It's a human frustration, not so
Yes.
much a spiritual galactic frustration or a cosmic frustration. But
Yes.
I think if you proceed to do the things I just stated and focus on that, take a deep breath, you let go of the frustration, and just allow yourself to you proceed to communicate with your star family. I think they will just say, "Look, I'm ready to come back on the ship. Can we have a physical communications so I can learn what I need to learn to help the planet, you know?"
Yeah, because
And
I'm ready to get to work, Commander. Like, I want to learn things from them. Like, I'm excited. I feel like all this time is going by me and I'm not putting it to any kind of use. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm watching
well,
UFO movies and reading stuff and
mhm,
seeing them in the sky, but I'm like, okay, guys, I need more. I need
right.
more. You
What you need
know?
to do is like you'll have more. You have to realize it's not so much they have to give you more. You just have to understand and believe in yourself and what you are able to do. Like the fact that you're able to vector in spaceships of the light, which you're able to call in those ships. That's because the space people respond to your calling. So understand they're there. You just have to figure what you're doing in your communications with them, and just look at it from that perspective of I'm really ready. I'm sorry, I've been frustrated. Let's come together and you communicate with each other on a physical level.
Yeah.
And you can also ask your star family to help you prepare for more contacts. You can ask them, how do you want me to prepare for more contact with you? That's the first thing. Alicia, thank
Okay.
you for saying that. One of my friends here. So if you do that, do that. Ask them how you can prepare yourself because you want to be prepared. If you're going to have physical contact, you've got to be prepared. That goes for
Yes.
any person out there. Every human being wants to have. I've seen so many people in my show since last year say, Commander, I really want to make contact. Well, you have to get prepared. How you get prepared? Meditation is the key thing. Centering yourself is the key thing. Being meditating in a Christ consciousness way is a key aspect of being prepared. And as much as I want to see everybody make contact, you got to get prepared first before, and that's the first step before you go to the second step, third, fourth, fifth, and whatever. You got to get yourself centered, at peace, quiet the mind down, and center yourself on the cosmic spiritual self that you are, as opposed to the mental 3D mind, which says Come on now, let's do this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Now, my other issue too is that why am I like I'm caught in between this thing where I'm like, okay, Commander is telepathically speaking to me 2 and 3 times, but then I won't hear from him for a very, very, very long time. Like so much time has been in between from the 2 times that I've
Right.
heard from him. And I'm just like, if I can hear you, why can't we just talk?
Right. Well, understand that Commander Ashtar is the command itself right now is really busy. And if you watch our show on Saturday nights, we have a thing called Ashtar Command Q&A with April and the Ashtar Command. Thank you, DHMY. He's very busy. They're all busy right now preparing for direct contact with planet Earth. It's a major deal. And so if you don't hear from him right away, he's really busy doing a lot of things off planet. And again, understand there are way more others than just him who are involved in communicating with people on Earth.
I
So
told
I think,
myself that same thing, but I still have this question. Like, I know there's a bunch of you. Somebody's got to have some time for me.
right.
And that's where my
So,
frustration comes in at, Commander.
right. So when you meditate, and I don't know if you meditate a lot or not, but if you
I
do,
do, but I get so distracted that I meditate for like 5 minutes. But now, since I've been meditating, something new has been happening to me. Like, it's weird. Maybe you can help me on this. Like, when I meditate, right? I make sure I'm, have a calm breath. I do my breaths. I relax. I make sure that I'm comfortable. I feel this huge, like, thrusting ball of like energy.
yeah.
What
So I
is
can help
that?
you.
I've never had that, but now it's starting to happen every time I start to meditate, and now it's happening like within 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and then it goes
because
away.
okay, because that's the spiritual you. The spiritual you, the ball light is showing up. That's not coming from your mind, it's coming from your center of your being. When you have that, that's a beautiful thing that's happening to you now.
Really? I didn't know
Yes,
what
it
it
is.
was. Like I was trying to Google it. I was trying to
You
ask
can't
people. I
Google
couldn't
it.
get any answers.
You can't Google. I'll give you the answer on that. You can't Google it. It's not something you have to Google. So what it is it's the brightest level of light within you. It's the spiritual light. It's the essence of your Christed beingness that is finally opening up. So
Really?
that's what it is. And so now that that's opening up, when you meditate, let yourself meditate for about 30 minutes. Tell your mind to be quiet. Now, the way you do that, I'm going to teach you something right here on the show.
Okay.
All right. I want you, when you breathe, I'm going to test this right now with you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking for a moment. What I'm going to do is have you breathe in with your eyes closed. You're going to release through your nostrils. I'm going to teach you a way to calm yourself down because you have a lot of energy. It's all good. It's just you have a
Yeah,
lot of energy. You're just
I
like
do.
you want things to happen like yesterday. It's like why is it not happening? It should have happened right now.
Right. Right,
That's who you
exactly.
are. I mean, that's your energy is like I want it right now
Yeah, all the time.
all the time. So I want you to take a deep breath. I want you
Okay.
to breathe in. I want you to relax and close your eyes. Breathe out through your nostrils. I want you to do that 5 times until you're totally relaxed. And when you're done, let me know. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, I'm done.
You feel good?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Hmm.
What?
I'm going to do something for you. I was just having communications off planet with the Ashtar Command. We're going to do
Okay.
something for you right now.
Do I
That's
keep
not,
my eyes closed?
yes, you do. Keep your eyes closed. Well, I'm going to do something for you. And this is way different than helping somebody who's been abducted. I've never done this before, but they say they're willing to do this for you. This is the Ashtar Command, okay?
What are they saying, Commander. Oh my God, I'm getting excited.
I want you to relax. Okay. Okay. And we're going to do something for you. When they're done doing it, it will activate something in you where you can actually begin to, through your meditation, you'll be able to communicate with your space family.
Okay.
I've never done this before. Evidently we're gonna do this for you.
Okay.
I want you to keep your eyes closed, please.
Okay.
So we're gonna send a small ship over your location. And so we're doing, folks, is something totally on the opposite end of the coin. We're not dealing with somebody who's been abducted that we have to help clear out their room or something. We're doing something that's going to help them with contact. So now we're going in the other end of the pendulum here for her. So keep your eyes closed, please.
Okay.
I want you to just be at peace, be still. We're going to send 2 Ashtar Command people into your room. Keep your eyes closed, relax.
I'm in my car.
You're in your car?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the car? Okay. Well, then we'll send them in your car.
Okay.
That's unusual. Well, I guess we'll deal with the car. So we'll send them into your car. And when they come into the car, you're going to start feeling the energy. Give it a moment. Keep your eyes closed. Clear your mind. Do not think. That's really important. When they're in your car, they'll be cloaked, but you will feel an energy shift in your car. Just relax. Just relax. Be still. When you start feeling the energy shift, you let me know. Take your time. Relax. Be relaxed. Be calm. How do you feel?
I'm relaxed.
Okay, good. That's where we want you to be. I've never had 2 Ashtar commanders in somebody's car. So we're going to do this. This is a little bit different than being in somebody's house or apartment or condo or something.
I feel something.
You feel something.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eyes closed, please.
Okay.
There's a man and a woman from the command in your car. One's in the front seat, one's in the back seat to the right. Keep your eyes closed. What they're going to do is activate something within your consciousness that will allow you to more clearly communicate with your space family. And within the next few days, you're going to be activated in the cellular structure. Keep your eyes closed, please. Would one of the Ashtar people touch your forehead? Let her know that you're there. The person in the back is going to do that. Keep your eyes closed, relax. And when they have felt the energy through your forehead, let me know. Take your time. No rush. The one in the front seat will also touch the side of your head and also do some work there to unblock areas so you're able to clearly be telepathic and also be able to facilitate eventually having direct physical contact with your star family.
Okay.
And as we're doing this with you and they're in the car, please let me know what you feel.
I feel lightness in my feet, and I feel myself swirling a little, a steady swirl.
swirling.
What is that?
They're working on your cellular structure. They're actually activating you. I told you, I promised you we'd activate you. That's what we're doing right now. I'm not doing it. They are doing it. The two space people in your car. They're activating you. They're preparing
Wow.
you so that you will not be frustrated again. You'll be able to clearly use your telepathy, and also you'll be able to actually have physical contact down the road. If it doesn't, it won't happen like tomorrow, so to speak. But they're gonna work with you to get you prepared, even when they're not with you. They have activated your whole cellular structure. Your DNA, encoded DNA, has been activated. So this is going to be. It won't be all like happening at once.
Okay.
Excuse me. It'll be a gradual thing. You'll be feeling different as days go on. You'll be feeling much more activated as you're feeling right now. The swirling energy. They just opened up a very, very important part of you, which is the ability to go beyond this reality state. Do you understand?
A little bit. The last part you said, I'm not clear.
So when I say go beyond this reality state, you're living in the 3D planet Earth. That's the current reality, correct? Like
Right?
you're living in Los Angeles. So when I say 3D reality state, that means where you are right now.
Right.
What they're teaching you, what they're going to show you is they're activating your consciousness to go beyond what you see in front of you, so you're able to actually perceive. And when you do eventually go back on the ship with the star family that you're connected with, you will see them, they see you, you will physically be in contact eye to eye with each other, and you will then be proceeded to get information about what your mission is. Do you understand?
Awesome. Awesome. Now, what if at some point in time, like I said, I'm always going through ascension and stuff like that, and I'm not in a good space? Will it help me calm my heart if I'm feeling
Yes,
like,
they're working on that. They know that you're emotional, you get affected by things around you, and you do get
okay,
affected by things around you always. You do have that emotional state.
yeah,
Emotions are good. That's part of the human experience, right? We'd
yes.
be nothing without our emotions, right? So
I'm
what
an
they're going to teach
empath
you is,
too, Commander.
yeah, but they're going to realign the mind, so to speak, so that you have a balance there where you're not getting reactive to things around you. That instead of reacting, you'll be able to look at the situation and not get upset or whatever. You'll be able to absorb the information and see it in a different perspective. Now that you're going to be galactically woken up to a much different level, you're going to look at things on a more spiritual, cosmic basis way differently than you've been perceiving them recently.
Thank you, because sometimes I'm a firecracker or a hot tamale.
I know you. I know you could be that way. I
Mm-hmm.
read your energy early on. Yes, that's
Yeah.
going to change. They're going to work with you, and you're going to be much calmer. You're not going to be a firecracker. You're going to be you're going to be a dove. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
You know what a dove does, right? You know what a dove is,
Yeah.
right? You're
Yes.
going to be,
Yes.
you know,
Okay.
you're going to still bust the matrix where you are, but you're not going to be this explosive firecracker going all over the place.
Okay.
It's going to be beautiful. It'll be way different.
Yeah, because I'm tired of being like that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's hard
So how do you
being
feel? How do
calm.
you feel right now?
I feel very relaxed. My heart's
Yes,
not racing.
that's right.
I'm spinning, but like smooth like.
Yes.
It's amazing. But I felt this feeling before, but didn't know what it was.
Now you do. They're working on it. They're working with you. They're going to stay with you for a while. Once
Okay.
they complete their work, they're going to go back on the ship. So
Okay.
for tonight, for the next 24 hours, you're not going to be in your car all night, I don't believe. But when you're home, they'll be with you. I know you right now. You're almost ready to fall asleep. You're at peace.
It's
Are you still
relaxed.
there?
Yeah, it's so relaxing. My
Yes.
feet are so light, like I feel like light bodied.
Yes. 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 And that's the key thing. They're activating your light body within your body. That's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, see, your whole tone of voice has changed since the beginning of our conversation. You've gone from this hyper, all over the place person to at being at peace with yourself, and you'll be at peace with yourself forever now.
Thank
Nothing
you.
to turn back. What has happened?
Thank you.
You're blessed. That's my gift to you.
Thank you so much. I've been typing so fast trying to ask you how could we chat, but some way or another we're chatting now. So
We
I'm
got you
so
on here.
grateful.
We do some amazing things, the Astro Command, so we got you on here.
Thank you. I'm so
You're beautiful.
happy.
You really are a beautiful soul, you know. You
Thank
believe
you.
that, right? You believe you are
Yeah.
beautiful? You are. You are.
Now let me ask you this, Commander. Can I ask you a question while they're working on me?
Yes, go ahead.
I've been trying to ask them this question too, like a million times. How is it that they can find me no matter where I'm at?
Because you're connected. They're your cosmic soul family. That's why they know where every single person is. The star people,
Yeah.
every one of you out here who are watching my show here, whether you believe it or not, you are connected to a star family biologically off planet. You might not know who they are yet, and that's okay. You might not, you're probably saying, well, she has a star family. I must have some. You do. It doesn't mean that everyone is going to know who they are tonight or tomorrow or the next day. Everything will happen organically for everybody when it's time.
Because I have body markings on me too, everywhere of where I am I'm
Yeah,
from.
they know you. They've always know where you are. You
So
see?
could it, but I don't mean to keep asking, but I like to dissect and analyze and figure things out.
Right.
I understand when you say we're connected, but how? Is it because of my blood type? Because I'm RH negative?
Not so much a blood type. That has, people ask me about blood types. I'm not really connected with the blood thing, but I'm more connected with just the origins of where you're from when you talk about who you are. And
Yeah.
when you know where you are from, that's more important than your blood type. What's really important is that you are now knowing that you are connected with this particular group of star people, men and women from this particular realm. And when you know that forget the blood type. As long as you're now able to proceed knowing that you're going to make contact with your star family in a physical way soon,
Yeah.
that is the most exciting and more focused thing you should be thinking of versus what about my blood? Don't worry about the blood. Think about
Okay.
the connections, the contact, the spiritual expansion of consciousness you're going to have with them. And if you look at it from that perspective, that's all you've got to deal with is the expansion of consciousness.
Okay. Because I was always like, every time I would summon him, I'm like, how do you guys find me? Like, I've even seen the ship peek out of the clouds once, like
Yeah.
it was saying peekaboo, and it was the
Yeah.
cutest sight ever. It just made me laugh, you know?
Thank you, Sue. Yeah, they know who you are. They've always known who you are. Even when your human mind will question everything. Your human mind says, well, how is this how could you even know this is happening? The mind can be an inhibitor, and I say this even though we all have human minds as human beings, the mind can be the inhibitor to and the block from making the contact with your star family. But the center of your being, the physical, I mean, not the physical, the spiritual beingness within the center of your being is how you connect with your star family, not through the mind, through the heart. I'm not talking physical. Again, I'm talking about the cosmic, spiritual, the heart.
Mm.
You understand?
Now, not really, now when you say through the heart, are you speaking of that deep love?
Yes, I'm not talking about your physical heart that's beating and keeping you physically alive. I'm talking about the spiritual heart, the cosmic heart,
Oh,
which is basically
okay.
the etheric levels of who you are. So inside your being is a being, which is I call it the light being, the higher self. However you want to word it, it is that essence of you that is connected to the universe.
Got it.
You
Okay.
got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All
See,
right.
this whole spiritual journey is a trip. It's like we're sent here, and we don't get a manual, we don't get instructions, so it's
No, you won't
hard
have a
to.
manual. You never will. If you had a manual, it'd be too easy. You see?
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's not
true.
supposed to be that way. I never had a manual when I came here in the 60s as a kid.
Yeah.
Everything happened to me, my connection. Like, for example, for people that don't know much about my experience, and some do, as a kid, preteen, a spaceship appeared in the cul-de-sac in Long Island, New York. When I was a kid, I'm in New England now, but when I was a kid, I lived there. And I went upstairs. My brother, my mother, and father were in the kitchen. I go upstairs for no apparent reason, no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Go past my small room to my brother's bedroom next to me, open up his wooden blinds, and there's a spaceship. And I see men and women in light blue space outfits and children in light blue space outfits, human, just like us, in a flying saucer type craft, looking at me and telepathically communicating with me and saying, "You're not from Earth." When
Wow.
they told me that, they said, "Don't ever forget you're not from Earth. You were sent here.
Wow.
You're not from Earth." And I never forgot that. Now originally for a few days, I thought it was a dream. I was imagining it, but I knew after all these years, that every time I can always clearly see the ship. I can see the people in the ship. I remember everything that happened when I was a kid. Everything.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing. See, I try to think about as a kid, did I see anything different? And I can't remember or even think that I have.
Mm.
Or
You
maybe it's
will.
locked. I don't know.
It could be locked. But what they're going to do with you, the two people in the car with you are going to be in your house with you. They're going to work with you pretty much for the next day or two until they've reconstructed your consciousness on a galactic level. It'll be more easier for you to perceive things, and you're going to eventually be able to ask for contact with your star family. I want you to say something, which I do with everybody.
Okay.
You've been watching my show, you've probably heard me say this. It has nothing to do with the 3D religions. When I use the word Christ, Christ is a cosmic word. Christ is a cosmic energy. Christ is a cosmic being. So we're going to do something now. I want
Okay.
you to say, "I am a Christ." Keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
As they're working with you, I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
Say it one more time. I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
And I'm ready to meet my star family.
And I am ready to meet my star family.
And say it again. I am ready to meet my star family.
I am ready to meet my star family.
And I will meet my star family.
And I will meet my star family.
There you go. That's all you had to do right there. I keep it simple. No
Okay.
rituals. I don't have neon lights behind me. I have no pendulum. I'm not throwing cards in the air. I'm not wearing, some crazy outfit. I'm just here to do my mission work and help people. And
Awesome.
you're going to see that change as they work with you in the next day or two before they leave.
Okay.
They will be gifting you with the healing energies that they're doing, and that you don't really need any healing energies. They're just working to uplift your frequency so you can make the communications much more clearly with your star family. And you're feeling the energies now. And the other thing I would say is don't let your mind interfere with your cosmic growth. Your minds can always interfere with that. So make sure you tell the human mind, you control your human mind. Tell it that, hey, I'm in control of my beingness. You're not. And the mind will respect that if you tell it. If you don't, it'll come in and at times interfere with what you're doing. So you
And
need
boy,
to,
does it too. Yeah.
yeah, but you now understand you have more power than your mind. You control your mind. Thank you, Liz. You control your mind. I want you to say this really clearly that I control my mind. Well, that's interesting. Hmm. Are you still there, Infinity? They must be really working on her. Are you still there? Hey, Paranormal, thank you for the roses. I don't want to go just yet. Infinity, are you still there? Now, this is interesting. I know they're working with her, so she could be. They're probably doing some intense work with her right now. But at least I want to talk to her before she goes anywhere. Lizzie, yes. Yes, Lizzie, absolutely true. Cosmic intervention. I needed to hear those words. I control my mind. And all of you do. You do control your mind. Although many people don't realize the mind tries to control you. When I got to know that I could control my mind, it changed everything. If you tell your mind to shut up, You can do that. You can say it in other words, please be quiet, but you control your mind. I don't know if they took her up or not. If she got taken off planet,
I'm
are you still
here.
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What just happened?
My phone's about to die. My eyes were closed, and then I saw my phone light up. So I just opened my eyes, and it said that my juice is about to die on this phone.
Well, I'm going to let you go before that happens. I want
Okay.
to thank you. The two people in the space people that are in your car, they're going to be with you when you get home. And it's been a blessing having you on here.
Oh, what a
And
blessing. Thank you.
all right. And I
Okay.
want you to come back when you have your intervention or encounter with your space people from your star
Okay.
family. I want to hear the
Okay.
story. Okay.
Most definitely. And thank you so much for your energy, your effort, your kindness, and your love. And thank you so much, Commander. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, Infinity. You
And
take
thank
care.
you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So let's do this here. And okay. It's now about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to sign off in a minute. We need to get to 100,000 likes. We're at 93.1. So could everybody tap? Please follow me if you're not following me. We're on at 11 o'clock Eastern. I do a show on Sunday mornings called The Cosmic Eye. Done it for 21 years on NPR Pacifica Radio. And we're glad to see everybody here. I know many of you probably have stories to tell. We'll be on tomorrow night, on Monday night at 11. Please, if you have a story, an encounter, visitation, things about mer people, Bigfoot, anything in the cosmic galactic area that's happening to you that you've experienced, we'd love to have those stories here on the show. Okay. And evidently, TikTok's changed their thing about coming on live. I think you have to have 50 people out in audio. I don't know what it is now for video, live video, but it used to be 800. I mean, for when I came on, it used to be 1,000. So yeah. And we're at 94.9, or we're at 95 almost. We need to get up to 100,000. Thank you, Late Freight, for the Galaxy. We appreciate it, brother. Good to see you here. Always, Late Freight. Hope you're doing good and had a good weekend too. So please be a subscriber. We have 7 more hats available. And if you would like to give me a hat to wear, I will say the special word as we end the show tonight. There's a word I use, and it only happens with the hat with the mustache, and I'll start doing that tonight. Everybody knows a tahar kind of way of being. All right, I appreciate that. I know people love me when I do the thing with the hat, so I will, as you put the hat on my head, I will say that word. I promise. See, thank you for the, thank you, see, everyone out there. Let's see here. And do we have any more hats to be given? We have a few hats on the shelf. Oh, thank you, Jen, for the lights. Now I see the light. Tar the lights. Thank you, River Blue. Thank you. I really get excited when the hat comes on me with the mustache. I change my personality. Jen, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we love you all, all the new people, all the people who have been with me for a long time here. We send our love to all of you. And Karen, thank you for tarring me again. I need some water after doing that. Just if I had apple cider. Good to see you, Flo. Hey, Flo. Lisa, thank you. Thank you so much. And again, we are needing 4 more hats to be taken off the shelf. I can always replenish the hats. If you're wishing to give me a hat and I'm out of stock, I can always restock the shelves with hats with the mustache. So we want to get those hats going with the mustache. If you have the ability, thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you. We appreciate the compliments. We have 4 to go. We reached 100,000. Thank you, everybody, for making that possible. Calico Go, thank you. D, thank you. All of you. And so let's see if we can do the other 4 hats. I think we can. If we do the other 4 hats, then we're going to call it a night until tomorrow night at 11. Jan WV, thank you for the roses. We appreciate that very much. So I need to say, hey, thank you for the hurry of the hat. Jen, that was very quick of you. I had to be quick because I saw the hat coming and I had to be quick. Thank you. When that hat comes, I have to be really on top of it, Well, the hat will be on top of me, but I have to, what I mean. Midnight, thank you for tapping a lot. I hope you still have your finger. You can relax now from tapping. Lizzie, you didn't miss too much of anything. All our shows are going to be downloaded on YouTube, my Ashtar Command Spaceship News page. So sometime tomorrow, between tomorrow morning, we're going to try to get all the past shows on there. I think I'm backlogged by about 4 shows, and we will get all the shows on there so people can watch them. But it's these hats. I've got these hats just sitting there. How many hats do I have? 3 more hats to go. There's got to be at least 3 people that can take a hat off the shelf. I don't want them to gain dust. I will say something if you give me the hat. A very specific word. For some people know what that word is. They've seen it happen. And I say that word towards the end of the show just because when I have the hat with the mustache, something happens to me. But nothing will happen unless I have the hat. Deborah knows what that word is. She just said it. If you want to hear me say that word, I would have to have, it's such a horror world we're living in. You see, that's what happens. And it looks like I have 2 more hats available. Are there any other people like Karen hiring you? Man. 1 more hat to go. I think we can do this. I believe we can do this. I believe it's highly possible. I have faith that I can wear the last hat. I will do it. I will. Hey, Jackie F., you're hurrying in space. Thank you, Jackie. All right, we reached our goal. We did all the hats. Become a subscriber. You can subscribe to my TikTok for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. If you're a first-time subscriber, become one. And or subscribe when you have the ability to subscribe. I do understand. Now, hey, thank you for the heart me. Late Frey, thank you so much, man. Good to see you. Thank you so much, everybody. So we're going to call it a night here. It's now 2:10 a.m. I want to thank you all for being here. I'll be on tomorrow night at 11 Eastern. Everybody have a good day tomorrow. And remember, keep your eyes to the skies. Take care, everybody.